Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 5th season of Double Dripped. I'm done. That's it. I'm packing up. Open that door. I'm leaving. That's it. Double drip draft. Welcome. I'm your host, Cabral.
Should we start over?
No, I don't want to start over. Hold on. Okay, I'll start over. Ready?
Right.
Hello, welcome to the 5th season of the Double Dip Draft. I'm Cabral, your host, as well as
Whiteloaf.
Yeah.
Your cooler host.
Yeah, because he left the door open and there's a draft in here now. But that's okay.
And I'm wearing sunglasses.
Absolutely. It's like midnight almost for you. What are you wearing sunglasses for?
I'm blind.
Well, that happens. So, welcome to the 5th season. What a hiatus. What an incredible 4th season we're coming out of. And this season, we have some really interesting stuff. We've had a lot of... the draft has ended. We're going to take some time now. We are going to analyze the teams we have. And a lot of people got sniped of certain Pokemon, and a lot of people were not very happy with it. So I think we should probably dive in and see who's here and who's got what, honestly.
Some teams have some better things. Some teams have some... What's going on here?
Yeah, we'll get to those. But let's start off with a classic, a well-known contender of the Double Dip Draft. Spood, almost like Cody, I guess people know him as Cody as well, of the Southtown Sandslashers.
Who?
Spood! That's who.
Who?
Spood! That's who. We're done with this bit. That's it. That bit's over now. Of course, we remember Spood. We remember Spood from last time. He made it to the playoffs last time around. Lost his first match, I believe it was, in that playoff session. But he's back. He's here. He's in the Armor Division. That is the division we're covering, by the way. Divisions have been split into two. There's an Armor Division, and then there is a Crown Division. We are going over the Armor Division, which is where we'll start.
See, it's natural that Cody would be in the Armor Division. He doesn't deserve the crown.
Oh, got him. See, it's great because he can't go after you because you're not even playing this season.
Let it be known.
Cody's got quite the team, honestly. Taking a look at it, what we're gonna do in this is we're gonna kind of go over some a couple of the Pokemon each team has that you should probably be looking out for, as well as some potential strats or defenses to think about when going against these teams as well. Should we just go in order by tier, or what do you want to do, or do you want to just more so go over the Pokemon to watch out for? I guess we can list them all and then go over the Pokemon to watch out for.
Yeah, let's kind of go over them, like just the Pokemon in general real quick. So we're starting off with Spood with already a pretty scary Pokemon, Landorus Incarnate.
Yeah.
Now, we do have it to where only Sand Force is allowed, so no Sheer Force Landorus Incarnate. So it's not as scary, but when we talk about the rest of Spood's team, you'll actually come to see that the Sand Force is actually still quite scary.
Yeah. I zoomed it in a little bit for you. Does that make it a little easier to see, by the way?
Yes, actually, that helps a lot.
Okay. Do you mean go in one more? Oh, not that much.
No, this is fine.
Okay. But yeah, Ground Flying, just a good combo. Good typing combo, honestly.
Yeah. The second Pokemon on Spood's list is Tapu Bulu. Classic, a fan favorite, you know. Mm-hmm. While I know Tapus are generally, kind of like, gross, I don't think there's anyone that hates Tapu Bulu because it's just nice and simple.
Yep.
It's just a fairly slow one. It's got some decent bulk, and then it has a very hard-hitting Wood Hammer or Horn Leech.
Yeah. Quite scary. We got Regidrago as a next pick, which is an interesting pick, I think, for Cody's team. But, you still got to watch out for this thing.
Yeah, Regidrago is one of those Pokemon that if you're not... voice crack. Ooh. If you're not prepared for it, it will probably sweep you unless you have a fairy type, in which case, you're good.
Yeah, exactly. Next we got Scizor. Next we got
See,
Scizor.
that was fake.
What? That was not fake. That was a genuine.
No, now you're making fun of me.
That was a genuine voice crack. What are you talking about? Next we got Scizor, Bug Steel. A little bit not the best typing just because fire is super scary, but hard hitter, good Pokemon still.
Yep. It's been a staple competitive Pokemon since I believe Gen 4. Since that is when it started getting some of its better moves. That's just when it got Technician, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a great Pokemon ever since. I think it actually was pretty good in Gen 3 as well, but Gen 4 is when it really started to make a name for itself.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Gigalith, our tier 4, our actual rock, which is it's a rock. It sets up sand. It's got some decent bulk, some pretty decent attack, but it's a slow man.
Yeah, but it does, like Cabral said, set up sand, which is going to help out Landorus quite a bit. But that's all that can really be said about Gigalith. Up next, we have Jolteon.
Yeah.
Jolteon, easily one of the fastest Pokemon there is. I think there's only like 2 Pokemon that outspeed it.
Bearscuda. No, there's a couple. Bearscuda, Pheromosa, and then Ninjask, I think.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay, there's quite a bit. Never mind. What do I know? I'm sitting out this season. What do I know?
Exactly. That's why you're here, right?
Yeah. Why am I here?
No, I have no idea. The door was unlocked. I can't just let you in. You look like you're shivering out in the cold by the trash can, so I felt bad.
It's the middle of summer.
You look cold out by the trash can.
I live in Florida. What do you mean I look cold?
I saw you shiver out there. Oh, that must have been just the drugs, I guess.
No, it's just my anemia.
There you go. What's the difference, really? So.
Well, one, you're high on something. The other one is you don't have enough blood.
You're high on the lack of blood?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, Jolteon, definitely something to watch out for, honestly. High speed, high attack. It comes in, hits hard, and leaves. Just hurts.
Yeah. Plus, it gives you a nice electric immunity, which, you don't really need, but it is nice.
Yeah.
Or if you're a god, you test, or you try and get the burn, you try and, like, what's the word? Bait out the burn. Use Quick Feet to double your speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's necessary.
Which, knowing Spood, he is a god, so.
Oh, man, just imagine. Scarf, Quick Feet. Speaking of, Shiftry. I'm just kidding. Shiftry's actually pretty decent with, Grassy Glide getting priority. It's a pretty decent move, actually.
That's right, it does get Grassy.
You want to start over?
Grassy Glide.
You want to? Okay.
No.
All right. As long as you don't want to start over.
I don't. I want to let my mistake lie. I want people to look at it and learn from it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Not the best typing, Grass Dart, but you know what? Shiftry, there's some good priorities got on there. So,
Yeah.
It'll do good, especially with grassy terrain.
I think Shiftry is a bit of a sleeper hit, but yeah, it's definitely not the strongest still.
Yeah. Tentacruel. I think it's here for poisoning things and a water type.
I mean, Tentacruel is a pretty decent special wall, in all honesty.
That's true. 120 special is nothing to scoff at.
Yeah, alongside that, Liquid Ooze is a pretty good, like, little counter to anything that has Leech Seed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that is actually, like, pretty nice. Alongside that, Toxic Spikes is a great hazard. Yeah, I think Tentacruel is just an all-around good Pokemon. Rain Dish as well, in case you realize you're about to go up against a rain team.
Yeah. Which we'll get to down the list here.
Yeah.
Kling. Just a good Pokemon, honestly. Nothing wrong with it. Good pick. Good defense.
There's a few things wrong with it. It just doesn't have, like, a good move pool.
That is true.
It's kind of its main thing.
Lacking.
Yeah, but, shift gear, gear grind, really grinds my gears.
Hey.
Hey.
All
That's
fair.
about all for Quinkling, though.
Yeah, it's not a stand-up Pokemon. It does its job and everything. Then we got the fun one.
Yeah.
We got a really fun Pokemon here. Regigigas.
You know, I love Cody. I do. Why are you drafting Regigigas? Why are you doing this to yourself, man?
Hey, you know...
I stand by the meme. I support the meme. I wish the meme the best life it can live.
Yeah. I mean...
I don't know. I don't know if this is it, Chief.
Yeah.
But I look forward to seeing it. I look forward to being proven wrong. Because if there's someone to prove me wrong with Regigigas, it is Spood.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Regigigas gets slow start, which basically means when it switches in, Pokemon's attack and speed are halved for 5 turns. And to give you an idea, Regigigas has 160 attack, which is insane. So, yes, you're gimped for 5 turns, but once you get going and you somehow manage to outlast on 5 turns, you're going. It's 100 speed, 160 attack that you get back. It's got good HP. It's actually, great HP and great defenses. It's a good Pokemon once it gets going.
Yeah.
So, something to watch out for. Our last Pokemon on Cody's list is Turtonator. Your classic, just probably white herb shell smash situation with this thing, but yeah.
Yeah, nothing wrong with Papa Turt.
Not at all.
Yeah. So I think we went over it a little bit already, but kind of some of the main Pokemon that you're gonna really want to look out for are Landorus Incarnate. Even though Sheer Force is not here, it doesn't really need it. It's still like a very scary Pokemon. It does get access to Calm Mind, I believe, which will boost its special attack.
Also gets Nasty Plot too, I think, right?
That one I'm not sure about. If it gets Nasty Plot, that's new. For this generation.
Find out. I don't think it does. So it does get Calm Mind. It gets Defog.
Yeah. I think you're thinking of Tornadus.
I am thinking.
Or no,
Tornadus.
Not Tornadus. It's Thundurus. That gets
Tornadus gets Nasty Plot.
Does it?
I'm certain that one does.
I know 100% Thundurus does.
Tornadus does get Nasty Plot.
Okay. So yeah, both Tornadus and Thundurus get it, but not
Landorus.
Not
but
Landorus.
It gets Calm Mind, which is still spooky for that thing.
Yeah. Tapu Bulu, also, great Pokemon.
Yep.
I will note one thing real quick, is I am kind of surprised at drafting Tapu Bulu and having a Sand team, just because Earthquake is going to be nerfed.
Yeah.
That being said, the only Pokemon that really can take advantage of Earthquake on Spood's team are Regigigas, Gigalith,
Landorus.
Landorus technically, but you're probably going to mostly be running Special.
Yeah, Turtonator gets Earthquake too, right?
Maybe, but it's more of a special attacker.
It is more of a special attacker. It probably gets Earth Power.
Probably. Or maybe even like Scorching Sands.
Oh, yeah. I can see that.
Yeah. But either way, still a really good pick. Once again, Regigigas, if you're not prepared, or not Regigigas, sorry, Regidrago, if you're not prepared for it, it will at least do a dent. It might not sweep you, but it will make a sizable dent in your team.
Yeah, you got to watch out for that thing, because sure, you could say, oh, its move pool is kind of okay, and, you kind of look over it sometimes, but, you got to watch out. That 200 HP, and then what does it get? Dragon's something or other? What's that attack it gets?
I know what you're talking about. I think it's like... I don't remember, actually. Just look it up.
Dragon
Energy.
Yep, Dragon Energy. 150 power, 100% accurate. It just does less power as you decrease its health, but 200 HP, 150 power is terrifying.
Yeah, but
especially
the other
Dragon's
thing is
Maw.
Yeah, the other things, though, is that it doesn't have to run the special set. It can honestly run a physical set as well, because it does get Dragon Dance, and with Dragon's Maw, Dragon Claw is still going to do a shitload of damage.
Yeah, same with Draco's Meteor on that first hit, too, honestly.
Yeah. Plus, I believe it does also get Outrage.
It does.
It's down there.
Yep, gets
and
Outrage.
Scale Shot, actually. That's surprising.
Yeah, Scale Shot. And then the thing about it, too, again, its move pool is not that huge, but Dragon's Maw, when this Pokemon is using dragon-type attacks, it multiplies his attack by 1.5 times, which is terrifying, especially if its health is all the way full and just uses dragon energy.
Yep.
It'll just hurt.
It will.
Yep.
Sizzler, like we said, it's been a competitive staple for quite a while. If you don't know what Sizzler does, you're too young here.
Yeah.
It's just a great Pokemon. Swords Dance, Bullet Punch, U-Turn for momentum. It even gets Default too if you want to run a more defensive support set.
And Technician's a fantastic move, which boosts the power of 60 power moves.
Yeah, no, it's just also gets the godlike tech of Dual Wing Beat.
Yep.
The most important move in Pokemon's history.
Also gets U-Turn and X Scissor.
I said that.
Yeah, you did say that.
I did.
Just want to say it again.
Is there an echo in here?
Absolutely. We left the door open, so of course there's an echo in here.
Wouldn't that make there be less of an echo?
And then don't forget about Regigigas or next one. Yeah. And probably the last big Pokemon we're about. First off, Shiftry with Grassy Glide. That's spooky, just because that's a priority grass move that hits you. And if you're under Grassy Surge, I think that can make it a little scarier, but I don't remember if that's how Grassy Surge works.
I do believe it does make grass-type moves stronger.
Okay.
Jolteon is also a bit of a sleeper hit. 110 special attack is nothing to scoff at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 95
it might not hit the hardest, but yeah.
95 special defense is pretty decent too, considering.
Yeah, but its HP is too low to really take advantage of it.
Absolutely, that is true. And then last one, of course, I think the biggest thing we should talk about in the room is literally Regigigas, which is just don't let him set up with it, because once he gets going, he's gonna get going.
Yeah, if you are one of the people that let Spood set up Regigigas on you, and he winds up sweeping you with him, just put on the clown nose. All right, just put on the clown nose. Put on the rainbow wig. You are now the clown of DDD. If you let it happen to you, you will forever be the laughing stock.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, Cody's team, I think it's solid. It is nothing to scoff at, and it's something you should take seriously. Sure, he's got the means with Gigas, but honestly, this is a hard-hitting team that does well. Gotta watch out for that sand, and just watch out for Bulu as well.
Yeah.
I think we should move on to our next friend, which is the Hoensbroek Haunters, Aurora's team. Of course, making it to playoffs last season, doing really well in Season 4 of Double Dip Draft. She's been with us for quite a while now. It's just a very good player, staple for Double Dip Draft. She's got a great draft we're looking at here.
Yeah, she has an absolute monstrous draft, starting off with Kartana, the attacking god. 181 attack. I think it might not be the highest, but it is at the very least one of the highest. It is definitely top 3 in terms of raw attack power.
Yeah, absolutely. And it'll hit you like a truck. And that defense, it's deceptively bulky, I feel like, for... sure, it's got no special defense or, a lot of HP, but 131 defense is still nice to have on that thing.
Yeah, it can still live, a close combat, as long as it's not, boosted, and even then, sometimes it will still live. And then alongside that, Leaf Blade, Psycho Cut, Sacred Sword, Smart Strike,
Air Slash.
Yeah, Air Slash, although that's a special attack, isn't it?
Special attack, yeah.
Yeah, that's a special attack, yeah.
Brick Break honestly could be scary.
Yeah, Brick Break as well. Yeah, Knockoff, of course.
Sacred Sword, Psycho Cuts.
Yeah, it's just got amazing move pool.
Oh, Smart Strike.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said that earlier, didn't you?
I did.
You did? Okay. Just want to make sure we're keeping up that pattern of repetition going on here.
Yeah. Yep. You never listen to me.
I never listen to you.
And it's tearing me apart.
Oh, it gets Aerial Ace. Not that you'd use it, but it gets Aerial Ace.
Aerial Ace is not terrible. I feel like you come clutching, or come pretty good in a clutch. I see you looking at Guillotine.
Yeah, I'm looking at Guillotine.
No one's going to use Guillotine.
Why is no one going to use it?
It's 30% accuracy. Aurora's definitely not going to use it. We've seen her luck. That's the main thing that cripples her.
I gotcha. Moving on from Kartana, we got Nihiligo? Nihiligo. Another scary Pokemon. Like, the beast Pokemon are terrifying.
Yeah. Really high special attack. Really good speed. Honestly, kind of a special version of Kartana. It's not quite as strong, but it is still something to be on the lookout for.
Especially because it has better HP than Kartana as well.
This is true. It is actually a pretty good special wall.
Yeah.
Not so much on the physical side, but, special-wise, very good. Has a very good move pool as well. I believe it does get Thunder or Thunderbolt at the very least to deal with electric types. Hex plus Sledge Bomb is quite good. Thunder Wave for status, Toxic Spike, Stealth Rocks, really good Hazard Setter.
Power Gem, that's a decent rock move.
Yeah, Power Gem as well. Also gets Meteor Beam this generation.
Yep.
A strat that I actually loved to use when Hiligo first came out was Meteor Beam Power Herb, so you don't have to charge it, and you get the extra special attack boost from Meteor Beam. Plus, something dies, usually.
Yeah, usually something dies from that. Dazzling Gleam, something to watch out for. And Clear Smog. The more I've seen Clear Smog, the more I like it, because I've seen a lot of people just raise Pokemon stats up too high, and then just Clear Smog it.
Yep.
Celebi, just your straight 100 legendary. It's good.
Celebi's a good cleric. Pretty good defensive-wise, surprisingly. Yeah, it's just a pretty decent Pokemon. Not too much to say with Celebi. It can actually be a pretty good offensive Pokemon. Not as much lately. Just because the competition for good offensive Pokemon is so high.
Yeah.
But it's still nothing to scoff at.
No, because the thing is, it's kind of like Mew, where it can be just about anything you need it to be for any situation. Not as much as Mew, of course. Mew can literally do and learn just about anything and everything. But Celebi, it does quite a bit for what it has.
Yeah, do not sleep on the onion.
Yeah. Moltres Galar.
Yeah, so this is just a scary Pokemon, honestly. It is kind of unfortunate that it's moved the legendary birds aside from Galarian Zapdos. I think Moltres is probably the scariest, at least on the special side.
Yeah.
Berserk is... Fiery Wrath is a great move.
Yeah, Fire Wrath is terrifying.
Yeah. Alongside that, Hex, assuming, you can get out, the Sledge Bomb or Toxic Spikes with Nihiligo.
Yep.
Gets Nasty Plot. Has,
Nasty Plot on this thing is terrifying.
Yeah, also has Hurricane.
Yep.
It's just a pretty good Pokemon. Does also get U-Turn as well. Also, the only taunt setter, which is something to be aware of as well.
Is it the only taunt setter Aurora had?
I believe it is.
It is the only taunt setter Aurora had, yeah.
Yeah.
Cray. Arcanine. It's an Arcanine, alright.
Yeah, Arcanine is always a weird Pokemon. I always think it's not going to be that good, but then it winds up being extremely good. I've always seen it be a pretty good defensive Pokemon. I've seen it done pretty well in terms of offense. Not the best, but again, better than I would think. But I'm always just surprised by how bulky Arcanine can be.
Yeah, 90 HP with 80 on defenses. That's not bad, honestly.
Yeah. Plus, Intimidate helps out a lot.
Yes, Intimidate's great on this thing.
Yeah. Alongside that, Flash Fire does give Aurora a fire immunity as well, which is also, once again, quite nice.
Yeah, and it's got a decent move pool.
It does.
Like, play rough on this thing is nice to have.
Yeah. Scorching Sands as well. It has Wild Charge, a great electric move to deal with those water types that's going to come out. Yeah. It's just a great Pokemon.
Didn't have something to make it so it was immune or something like that to typing?
It has a move that I think turns it essentially into a normal type Pokemon called Burn Up.
Is that what it is?
I believe it's called Burn Up.
Yeah, Burn Up. Becomes typeless, actually. Not normal.
Oh, typeless. Okay.
Typeless. And it's also 130 power.
Yeah.
So
I believe you can only use it once until, like, assuming you don't switch it out and then switch it back in. Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's... It's never used, really, but honestly, I think it's a super neat mechanic.
I actually remember, I think it was IDM, actually. I think he used it during, I want to say, Season 2? I think.
Okay.
I remember someone using it during Season 2. I don't remember if it was IDM or someone else.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, neat. All right, let's move on. Blastoise is terrifying this season. Not just because of its defenses and it being a pretty good Pokemon. It now gets Shell Smash. And that's not good.
You cut out, but I'm going to assume you were talking about Shell Smash.
I was talking about Shell Smash, yeah.
Yeah.
Which lowers defense, special defense by 1, but you raise your attack and special attack and speed by 2. Put a white herb on that thing, go to town.
Yeah, so Blastoise got a huge glow up. Blastoise went from being probably one of the most mediocre of the Kanto starters to probably the best in this generation. Just Shell Smash is just incredible. Because it has very few weaknesses. It's just electric and grass, which Blastoise does get access to Ice Beam, which combined with Shell Smash is going to help out a lot.
Yeah.
Alongside that, Scald, Surf, Hydro Pump, Dark Pulse,
it's Dragon Tail to switch out allies. That's neat.
Yeah, Dragon Tail, Dragon Pulse, Flash Cannon. Its move pool is great. It can fit into a lot of stuff and like be able to hit a lot of different Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like for whatever it needs to hit.
Yeah. I think probably one of the biggest ones to watch out for. Golurk is a pretty interesting Pokemon.
Yeah, I've actually never seen Golurk used. I've heard tales, ancient tales, back before it was even Double Dip Draft. Back in the old season, there was a player by the name of the Bishop King. He would use Golurk from time to time, and I remember tales of his Golurk. I remember hearing that his Golurk was actually quite scary. So perhaps Aurora is trying to tap in to Pokemon players of the past.
Mayhaps. It does get Iron Fist, which could be scary. It also gets No Guard, which is a really interesting move. Because it makes it so essentially no moves will miss. Every move will hit, is what No Guard basically does.
And Golurk does get Dynamic Punch, similar to that of Machamp. Which,
Blast.
if you don't know, Dynamic Punch is a very powerful fighting type move. But it only has 50% accuracy, meaning it will miss half of the time. But it is a guaranteed confusion if it does hit. And with No Guard, well, it's a guaranteed hit.
Yep. Which is quite spooky. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that it gets besides Dynamic Punch that would be kind of inaccurate, but...
I mean, there's Stone Edge.
Yeah, there's Stone Edge. Stone Edge is great. Yeah. It's always nice to hit that. Yeah, I think that's about it for like accuracy stuff, though. But honestly, this thing, great move pool, good Pokemon, good attack, good HP. Just watch out for it. Moving on, Type Null, something I used last season, actually. I really enjoyed Type Null once I started using it. I kind of wish I used it more in my last season. Just throwing an Eviolite on there, you can't be hit by critical hits. You're straight 95 across the board except for speed. Good Pokemon. Not the best move pool. Really lackluster, which is kind of a shame. But don't sleep on this thing. It hits hard sometimes, and it's just, you got your setups with it. You got your Toxic, you got your Thunder Wave with it. Give it an Eviolite and just start using Iron Defense.
Type Null is the only thing Type Null is kind of missing is recovery. Without rest, I mean.
Yeah, recovery would be really nice to have outside of rest for Type Null. Yeah, but I mean, you know what? Done right, this thing can be very scary, especially if you use Facade correctly. Like, oof. Oof. Moving on, we got Dedenne. Very interesting little pick here, but fairy and electric immunities, kind of nice.
Immunities?
Sorry, nope. I'm thinking of the next Pokemon, Lantern.
Immunities?
Next Pokemon, Lantern.
Okay, electric immunity, yes. Fairy immunity?
No, not fairy immunity.
That's what you said.
I know. I said immunities. I meant immunity, but oh well. I was mistaken.
Anyways, I don't know anything about Dedenne, honestly. I know it has Nuzzle.
Yep.
I believe it was kind of like the staple Pokemon to introduce Nuzzle.
Gets Volt Switch.
I guess Volt Switch.
Super Fang.
Let's go Super Fang.
Grass Knot, Discharge, Dazzling Gleam, Play Rough. That's about all it gets, really. It does get Cheek Pouch, and it gets Plus, but that's not useful, so literally just Cheek Pouch.
Yeah. So yeah, Dedenne.
Yeah, that's it. Moving on, something that you know a little bit about, Nick.
It's my fucking boy, my baby boy Lantern. Yeah. Alright, so Lantern it's got really good HP, but aside from that, my boy is tragically kind of shit, to be completely honest. Does have an electric immunity and a water immunity, though, depending on the build you're running.
Yep.
Scald is a great status, it's basically a status move, let's be real. Does get Heal Bell, so it can actually be used as a cleric. Volt Switch, it's got some stuff that I can use to annoy the opponent. Yeah, that's actually kind of it for my boy Loaf turn.
Yeah, and our last one is Pinsir, an interesting pick, honestly, with some Moxie, though.
Yeah, so I do know that Aurora, back during the X and Y days and Sun and Moon days, she would actually use Mega Pinsir a lot. So maybe she's tapping into those primal roots.
Yeah.
Moxie Pinsir is still a scary Pokemon. Doesn't have the best speed in the world, but I think it gets agility.
It does not get.
It does not. Okay, no, it does not. So I don't know. Maybe there's a way to boost its speed. I mean, I know there's Choice Scarf, but Choice Scarf isn't always ideal.
Yeah. I don't really see any ways that boosts its speed. It has Curse, which does the opposite.
There you go. Maybe she's just gonna make it slower.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Yeah. Either way, though, I'm excited to see what Aurora does with Pinsir, because while it's not the fastest,
it hits hard
and doesn't have the best bulk, it 125 attack is nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah. Especially with moves like Earthquake. Oof.
Yeah. Knockoff as well.
Yep, knockoff.
Close combat. Does this Pokemon get Mega Horn, or is it just X Scissor?
I think it might just be X Scissor. Yeah, I don't see Mega Horn. It gets Mimic.
Mimic the Mega Horn. There you go. Crack the code for you.
Oh, reversal. Gotta watch out for that.
Yeah. Struggle Bug. That's the tech.
I mean, it can be scary.
It's a special attacking move on Pinsir.
Yeah, it can be done right or really wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the Hoensbroek Haunters team. Honestly, the biggest lookouts are that Kartana. Terrifying.
Kartana, Blastoise,
Nihilego, I suppose.
I think those three are going to be the scariest ones to look out for. Nihilego can also, I would say, it would be like a runner-up scary Pokemon, just because, you know, again, Power Herb, Meteor Beam, it is a terrifying combination.
Yeah, but
especially in the right hands, which, you know, Aurora has shown that she has some very capable hands, albeit some unlucky ones.
Yeah, and you just got to watch out for that Blastoise. Honestly, I think that is the biggest thing Aurora has going, is that Blastoise this time around.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
I mean, Kartana's right there. Granted, Kartana is also like the size of your fingernail, but still.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, but still, you know, I think people might sleep on that Blastoise now and again. Something not to do. Golurk, you know, honestly, don't sleep on that thing.
Yeah, it's a good tank.
Yeah. And it'll hit you hard too.
Yep. Alright,
Moving right along to the Chicago Snubbulls, Lovensky's team. Lovensky, who hasn't been seen since Season 3, coming on back with a very fun and interesting team.
So we're starting off with the most least fun and least interesting Pokemon, Jirachi.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know what Jirachi does to you, it has the ability Serene Grace, which, so basically it doubles, like, the secondary effects of a move. So, for example, Jirachi's favorite button is Iron Head, which has a 30% chance to flinch, but with Serene Grace, now it's a 60% chance, which might as well be 100.
Or if you use Body Slam, 60% chance to paralyze.
Yep.
Double Edge. Does that work on that too?
No.
No, okay.
No. I was saying some other stuff, but I'll wait till we get back to recording.
I'm recording already. I just paused it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
all I did. We're back.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Anyways, so Jirachi, while most of the time is going to be Choice Scarf and Iron Head and shit like that, it is known to run some special sets with Calm Mind, Psychic, Flash Cannon, Doom Desire as well. Yeah, Expanding Force if he has a Psychic Terrain support. Which I think he does, although I don't remember exactly.
No, Lovin does not have Psychic Terrain.
Okay, never mind then. There's also Wish support as well, along with screens from time to time.
Yep, Stealth Rocks, Stored Powers, Substitute, Thunder. Good move pool on this thing.
Yeah. That being said, again, 9 times out of 10, I would be willing to bet you're going to see Body Slam, Iron Head, U-Turn, and then one other move.
Yeah.
Probably Fire Punch.
Maybe Ancient Power. 20% chance to raise all stats by 1.
Given Lovensky's luck, probably.
Moving on, we got Como-O, a classic, just good dragon fighting Pokemon, honestly. Some good stats, good hitting. Decent move pool from what I remember.
Yeah, it's got a pretty decent move pool. Also, it's the only dragon fighting Pokemon.
That's why I said it's you know. What were you questioning me?
Yes.
Was I wrong?
No.
Good. Also, Clinging Scales.
Yeah, Clinging Scales, Clingerous Soul, very funny move.
Yeah.
Don't know if it's actually that good in this generation. I imagine probably not.
I think it depends
on
what you do.
Yeah, it depends on what you do. It's definitely something to still look out for. There's also the classic meme strat of Substitute, Belly Drum, Sackberry,
Clankerous
Como-O.
Yeah, because it does get Belly Drum. Also, it gets Autotomized? That's really interesting.
Yeah, it does get Automatized. It does also get Dragon Dance as well.
Yep, and Boom
so
Burst.
So you can do the classic setup. Yeah, just a very good all-around, like, pretty bulky attacker.
Yeah.
Does not have the best speed, but again, it's got stuff to circumvent that.
Yeah. Even then, 85 speed's not terrible compared to
well,
some other
that's what I said, like, not the best.
Yeah, not the best.
Yeah, it's not the worst, but it's not the best.
Yeah.
It does also get Stealth Rock support as well.
And Scale Shot.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Speaking of
Yeah.
Bisharp.
Hey! Bisharp is a Pokemon that I feel does suffer a bit from draft, in all honesty. Just because, like, if you're kind of expecting it, it does get nerfed, but if you catch someone by surprise with a Bisharp, it can be probably the scariest Pokemon, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, Defiant is a amazing ability. Even if someone's running Intimidate, you just, you know, you get Intimidated, and hey, now I have one higher attack than I did earlier.
And a good move pool on this thing, too.
Yeah. Knockoff, I think it gets close combat, doesn't it?
No, it does not get close combat. Actually, it gets Dark Pulse, though, but it's a physical attacker. Brick Break.
Yeah, it gets Brick Break.
Facade, Foul Play.
Yeah, Foul Play, gets Psycho Cutter.
Yeah. Shadow Claw.
Yeah, Iron Head.
X-Scissor.
Just a all-around, like, really good physical attacker.
Sucker Punch.
Well, like, yeah, Sucker Punch as well. Yeah, just a strong Pokemon.
Gyarados, another fun, strong Pokemon.
Just, I mean, Intimidate's great, Moxie is great, both just extremely good abilities, especially for Gyarados. Intimidate, letting it have a bit safer time setting up a Dragon Dance, and then Moxie, if you want to go big, you set up the Dragon Dance, and then as soon as you get your first KO, well, now you're just a train running through your opposing team.
Yeah. Especially with some decent stats. Not the best, but some decent stats on this thing. And the move pool on Gyarados is insane.
Yeah, especially this generation, because in this generation, it did get Power Whip.
Yeah.
Which is something to, you know, definitely look out for. Does also get Earthquake, I believe, to deal with to deal with electric types, which, you know, it definitely does not love. Yeah, it's just a terrifying Pokemon. Another thing is, even if you bring, say, like a Ferrothorn, it does actually get access to both Flamethrower and Fire Blast.
It also gets. I thought I got something else too. No, it didn't.
It might get Fire Fang.
No, that's what I was thinking it got, but I don't see it on here.
No, then probably not.
Okay, because it got Ice Fang, so I was a little curious about Fire Fang, but oh well.
Yeah, some Pokemon get like one of the like elemental things, and then none of the other two.
Yeah. Either way, don't sleep on Gyarados. It'll kill you. This thing is terrifying.
Yeah.
Delmise. I think probably one of a really good pick for Loven's team based on kind of what he has going. Delmise is a great Pokemon.
Yeah. So, if you'll notice, like most of Lovensky's team so far, it has been mostly offensive Pokemon. Not really a whole lot of bulk aside from Kommo-o, and Delmise kind of fixes that a lot. You know, Delmise is just a great bulky ghost and grass. Steelwork is also a really good ability, especially with Delmise's Anchor Shot. Yeah. Does also get Rapid Spin, so any hazards will just go bye-bye. Assault Vest is great on this Pokemon, just because you don't really need to use any of its non-attacking moves, really. It's a great Trapper, it's a great Spinner.
Gets knocked off, gets Power Whip.
Yeah, it's just a great tanky Pokemon.
Yeah, just watch out for those things. It's spooky, especially with Body Press sometimes if you're not careful with that. Next we got Entei on the list.
Yeah. You know, you would think the dog that is actually legendary would be better than the dog that is just called the legendary Pokemon, but no, this is kind of a worse Arcanine, unfortunately.
Yeah, kind of a shame. But you know, Entei gets if I remember, it has a decent little move pool, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, no, Entei, like, while I think Entei is overall a worse Arcanine, it is still a scary Pokemon. You do not want to sleep on this thing. This thing does actually, depending on the set, or actually, maybe not in this game, they might have fixed it. It does get extreme speed.
I think it gets extreme speed. Let me check real quick.
Well, no, it definitely gets extreme speed, but like, I remember, it used to be you have to have a specific event Entei in order to have extreme speed. But they might have changed that for Sword and Shield. I'm not 100% certain.
Interesting.
But anyways, yeah. Entei, still a very scary Pokemon. You know, you don't want to take a Flare Blitz from this thing. You know, extreme speed, again, it's, you know, it's a base 80 power priority move. You know.
Sacred Fire, actually.
Oh shit, yeah, it does get Sacred Fire. Yeah, Sacred Fire is also godlike.
Yeah, Stomping Tantrum is great too.
Yeah, Stone Edge. Will-O-Wisp as well to get those burns out. Although, actually, Sacred Fire is right there, so never mind.
Sacred Fire is just better.
Yeah.
Just scary. Don't mess with this thing. Crunch.
Yep.
What else we got? Ribombee. Not much I know about Ribombee, honestly.
Yeah, so Ribombee is an interesting Pokemon. It can do one of two things, and usually its main thing is to set up webs and then die. But it doesn't just have to do that. Ribombee can actually be a cleric. Does also get Quiver's Dance, so if it wants to, it can actually go for a sweep instead.
It's got some decent special attack too.
Yeah. The main problem with Ribombee is that it's just not bulky at all.
Nope.
But again, like, its speed is great, and with that, you'll be able to probably set up a Quiver Dance and or Sticky Webs, as long as you have like a Focus Sash or something like that. But even then, that's not exactly ideal. You're probably going to want to try and get more attack, because even with a Quiver Dance, you're not going to be able to sweep from full, usually, with this thing.
Yeah.
Unless you somehow get two, in which case, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, but good cleric, good Pokemon, honestly, and Sticky Webs, I think, is really going to help Lovin out, because something Lovin's kind of missing is, he's got a little bit of speed on his team, but comparatively to a lot of other teams we have in his division, I think he's a little lackluster in comparison to some of them.
Yeah, Ribombee is his fastest Pokemon, but he does have yet another quite fast Pokemon, and a much better offensive special attacker, unlike Ribombee, Salazzle.
With that corrosion.
A good fire and poison corrosion, allowing you to be able to poison steel types. So, if you got an annoying Bronzong in your way, you can just poison it and then switch on out.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a scary Pokemon. I think it does take a bit of work to really, a bit more finesse to really work well. But Lovin has shown that he is capable, despite still being like fairly new to Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like you said, the last season he played in was in Season 3, and I think it's also the only season he played in.
Yep.
And in that season, he did make it to playoffs.
He was a runner-up.
Yep. So, just because he's new, don't sleep on Lovin.
Yeah. Let's see. A couple more Pokemon here. We got Beware.
Beware, yet another, like, kind of slow, bulky tank. Fluffy is great. Basically makes it to where Beware's only weakness is actually fire. Instead of fighting. Fighting is still going to do a pretty good chunk compared to other attacks, but fire is definitely what you want to aim for against this thing.
Yeah.
And then alongside that, close combat's going to hurt. Does get Facade, so if you try and burn it, it's just going to Facade you instead.
Darkest Lariat's also really nice for it to get. Earthquake.
What else? Iron Head, Fairy types.
Superpower.
I would rather close combat than Superpower.
Combat,
Yeah.
Thunder Punch.
Yeah, Zen Headbutt for poison types.
Yep. It's good.
Does also, I think, does it get Shadow Claw?
Yes.
Yeah, Shadow Claw for ghost types. Or actually, no, does it get knockoff?
No, which is really interesting. It's not a knocker, no.
Yeah.
It gets Darkest Lariat.
Yeah, Darkest Lariat, actually, yeah, Darkest Lariat
Yeah.
for ghost types. Yeah.
Yeah. That ghost types to be able to hit it.
Yeah, and that's another thing. It does have an immunity to ghost as well, so yeah.
Gets Dragon Claw? Interesting.
Does get Dragon Claw, yeah.
Yeah. All right, interesting. Moving on, we got speaking of ghost types, we got Haunter.
Haunter, yeah.
Interesting pick. Levitate, ground immunity, always nice to have, especially in this division.
Yeah, and while it's not Gengar, Haunter is still a very scary Pokemon. You know, it's got 115 special attack and then 95 speed. It's not that fast, but again, with Sticky Web support, quite terrifying. And alongside that, like we said, 115 is still nothing to scoff at.
No, especially for a secondary evolution. That's crazy.
Yeah. It does kind of do what Gengar does, so, you know, Sludge Bombs, Hexes, Shadow Balls, Psychics. You know, just a really good attacker. Can also set up Taunt and,
Trick Room.
Destiny Bond, yeah. Trick Room as well, if need be. You know, get that speed, or get the help for the slower Pokemon.
Hex will be a lot of fun on this thing.
Does also get Haze, so he can shut down any opponent's setup as well, along with Clear Smog. Yeah, just a pretty good all-around Pokemon. I think this also gets Taunt.
Yes, you did say that earlier too. It does.
Oh, I did say that earlier? Okay.
Yeah. We got our last and probably the mascot, Pikachu.
Oh, yeah. We got the mascot of Pokemon itself and of Loven's team, Pikachu.
He's the Chicago Snubbulls. Hold on.
Yeah, but let's be real.
Yeah, you're right. He does love Pikachu.
Yeah. You know, he used Pikachu last season. Or not last season, but, you know, season 3, back when we still allowed Gigantamaxes.
Yeah.
And honestly, he did pretty well with this thing, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, not too many people know what Pikachu does, and for good reason. No one really uses it. You look at the stats, and it's not great, you know. Its highest stat is 90 in speed, which, again, not the worst, especially with Sticky Web support.
But when you consider that every other stat is less than 55...
Yeah. That being said, Light Ball does help with both attack and special attack. I forget by how much. I think it's 1 point... Oh, it doubles?
Doubles special attack and attack.
Oh, okay. Actually, that's actually pretty good.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, so that brings
Calm
attack...
Mind now?
Yeah, I guess Calm Mind. It does also have Nasty Plot, though, which is probably going to be the main thing that you're going to want to go for.
Yep. Nuzzle's always nice. Paralyzing opponents is always just good with this thing as well. Just helps out your team, and it's got a decent.
Plus a little bit of chip as well.
Yeah. Surf
to break those focus sash. Surf. Well, I mean, you know, Surf to deal with like stuff like Rhyperior.
Yeah.
You know. Thunder and Thunderbolt, the classic. Volt Switch, of course. Also has Wish and Yawn, which, you know, is actually pretty good for like supporting moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can't forget about
Tail Whip.
Tail Whip. No, what is Volt Tackle, right? Does it get Volt Tackle? It does get Volt Tackle.
Yes, it does get Volt Tackle. It is the only Pokemon to get Volt Tackle.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess technically Raichu and Pichu get it as well, but you know.
Yeah.
Those are part of its evolution.
Yeah, exactly. Not the best Pokemon, but watch out. It can do some stuff. If you overlook it, it'll probably come back to get you.
Yeah.
But that's Loven's team. Honestly, the biggest things to look out for, I think, because Loven's got a pretty well-rounded team. A lot of heavy attackers. I say well-rounded. Most of it's heavy offense with very light defense. Not a lot that he has going on in terms of that. Sure, you know, he's got a few things, Jirachi, Komo-o, Delmice, and Bisharp, but other than that...
And,
not a lot.
And Beware.
And Beware.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say the biggest Pokemons to look out for, you know, Komo-o, Bisharp, Gyarados.
Delmice.
Those are kind of the big ones to look out for. Delmice isn't as scary, but it's definitely still scary.
Yeah.
Jirachi.
Why'd you say Jirachi like that?
It's annoying.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, moving on to the next one. We got Brussels Espeons. We're making it halfway through.
IDM for the master of double dip draft.
Yep. Coming back, I think having been here for just about every season, if not every season, with an overall record of 28-9 at plus 73. IDM is
God.
He knows this in and out. He is good at this game.
Yeah. Now, something that I'm actually kind of surprised at, but not too surprised because it did work pretty well for him last season, is he actually has a very similar team as from like last season. Obviously, it's not the exact same because stuff's gonna get sniped. Slash maybe he's got some different ideas. But we're gonna go ahead and start off with Tapu Koko. I'm in love with the Koko.
Mama Coco.
Yeah, I think we all know what Tapu Koko does at this point. Sets up electric terrain, hits electric moves. Yeah, there's not much to really be said about this Pokemon. It's just, it does one thing, and it does that one thing very well.
Yeah, with a speed of 130 and some surprisingly more attack than special attack, which is a little odd in my opinion. But it's got its move pool's fine, but again, it's mostly there to set up electric terrain, volt switch out, and switch into probably something else that he's got on his team. Is that a Alolan Raichu I see down there? We'll get to that one.
Yeah, what do you mean? I don't see that yet. Right now, I see Alakazam as his next Pokemon. I don't know what you're talking about there.
Alakazam!
Yeah, Alakafam, more like.
Great Pokemon. Stupid speed, stupid special attack, great special defense.
Been great since Gen 1, baby.
Yep, and still is just a good Pokemon. A fantastic move pool as well.
Yes. Fantastic move pool. Psychic, Psyshock, Shadow Ball, Seismic Toss even, Thunderbolt.
No, actually, I don't see Thunderbolt on here.
Does it not get Thunderbolt?
I thought it did.
I could have sworn it got Thunderbolt.
I swore it got Thunderbolt. It might not be in this generation.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, I thought it did.
Yeah.
Apparently it doesn't. It gets Shockwave, but that's nothing.
That's not Thunderbolt.
That's not Thunderbolt.
Well, either way, it's got Dazzling Gleam as well. It's got Energy Ball. Does also get Knockoff as well.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Nightshade.
Nasty
honestly.
Plot. Yeah, Nightshade. Although, again, why not just run Shadow Ball at that point, really?
That's true, but I mean, straight 100 damage is always nice.
I guess that's true, yeah.
Good Pokemon. It's stupid fast. Watch out for a Scarf or something similar on this, or choice specs on this thing. Or
even a Focus Sash as well, thanks to Magic Guard.
Yep. This will just kill you. Just watch out for this thing. Buzzwole, great Pokemon.
Yep. Kind of the best bug and fighting Pokemon. Kind of the replacement to Heracross, I would say. Although I guess Heracross does things a little bit differently with Guts, but still great. I would say Buzzwole is the definition of tank when it comes to Pokemon.
Absolutely. 139 in attack and defense is stupid. With 107 HP is the thing about it. It's not just the fact that it's high defense. Its HP is also high. And throw an Assault Vest on this thing and go to town.
Yeah, it's slow, it's bulky, and it hits like a truck.
It is a truck.
Yeah. A very slow truck, but still a truck.
I mean,
also, dual wing beat, the God move.
Yep.
Just saying.
Earthquake, gotta watch out for that. Leech
Alongside
Life.
that, Leech Life and Drain Punch, two very good recovery attacking moves. Alongside that, something else you need to be careful of is occasionally some clown will come around and try and use Fell Stinger Buzzwole. Which, if you don't know what Fell Stinger does, basically, if you kill a Pokemon with Fell Stinger, you get 2.5 attack boost.
Oh my gosh.
So, you know...
Actually, no, raises user attack by 3.
Oh, well, never mind. Yeah, so, yeah, you know, big boy.
That's insane. I didn't even know it had that Fell Stinger. That's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
It's only 50 power, but you're already hitting like a truck anyways. You just have to tap people, basically, and kill them.
Yeah, it's a great move to just throw out if you know it's going to kill.
Yeah, especially when you have you're fighting dark Pokemon, or what else is weak to bug?
Psychic.
Psychic, yep. Psychic and dark Pokemon don't like Fell Stinger. That's a good move to use on those.
Yeah.
Darkest Larry, it's scary. Yeah, just watch out for this thing.
Yeah.
Moving on to Klefki, your classic screens, your classic IDM Pokemon. I feel like IDM's had this for a little bit now, with Prankster making it so that status moves have priority by 1.
Yep, it's got screens, it's got spikes, it's got defog. Yeah.
Thunder Wave, Toxic, you know, your usual spikes is in here as well.
Yeah,
it's about
we all know what Boo Boo Keys does at this point by now.
Nothing amazing in terms of stats, but it's there to set up, it's there to set screens, and there to annoy you. That's about all it's there for. But we're moving on to a fun one, Goodra.
Yep, yet another really good tank. Although this time more so on the special side, I feel.
Yes. 150 special defense.
Oh my god, 150? Oh my god.
Yeah. Remember when there were 150 Pokemon?
I thought it was 151.
Oh no, you got me! You're a real fan! But the song, at least 150 or more to see, and the or more literally meant no more.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, Goodra's got Sap Sipper. It's also got Gooey. Making contact moves with this Pokemon. Speed lowered by 1. Yeah, Hydration as well. Really good for like rain. You know, Dragon Pulse.
Earthquake.
Doesn't this thing get Giga Drain, or is that Power Whip?
Power Whip.
It's Power Whip. Yeah. Hydro Pump, Focus Mist, Sludge Wave. Moves. Yeah, Thunderbolt, Thunder Weather Ball.
Yep, Surf, Sludge Bomb, Ice Beam, Flamethrower, so always great on this thing. Draco Meteor's terrifying on this thing because it's just high special attack as well at 110. So don't mess with Goodra. Why is Goodra tier 4? I feel like this is a tier 3 Pokemon.
It's mostly because of its very low physical defense.
That's fair.
Yeah. Because even though it is like very bulky, it's not the bulkiest.
Yeah. Just throw more assault vests on it. That's the answer, right? Just throw more onto the problem.
See, you know what's fucked up is people actually do that.
What does assault vest do? Raise it by 1.5 times? Yeah, 1.5 times more. So.
But that's only for special defense.
I mean, it's at 150.
Yeah.
And then bring that up and throw an assault vest on that thing? That's insane.
That's what I'm saying. We need a physical assault vest. Like, we need like an assault vest for physical defense.
I feel like that breaks some Pokemon, honestly. That would really reshuffle the entire tier system.
And I'm all for it.
That's fair. You know what I'm all for is that in DD female. That was really bad. Can I take that back? I don't want to say that again. Anyways,
King emoji.
Your Psychic Surge, your Special Attacker, Special Defender. Yeah, you have that on recording. I'm gonna take that away. Delete that on the cell phone message. Anyways, Indeedee, terrifying.
I'm recording too, little did you know.
Yeah. Psychic Surge, essentially your classic Psychic Terrain. The worst part is Alakazam's already here.
Mm-hmm.
And
so, yeah, you got Expanding Force on this thing, along with Expanding Force on Alakazam. This thing also has a really good move pool. Does have Dazzling Gleam, does have Mystical Fire.
Yep.
Has Shadow Ball. Alongside that, one thing this thing does have over Alakazam is that it does have a normal type, making it immune to ghost types as well. What else? I want to say this thing also gets Wish. I know it gets Aromatherapy, so it can cure status for itself and its teammates.
It does not get Wish.
It does not get Wish. Okay.
It does get Terrain Pulse, which isn't amazing, but it's just an interesting fact that it gets Terrain Pulse.
That is interesting, actually. I did not know that.
Yeah, which basically it's just Weather Ball, but on terrain.
Yeah.
That's actually really neat. I didn't know that. So it's just Weather Ball for terrain.
Yeah.
Cool. Watch out for Mystical Fire. That drop, 100% chance to drop special attack is ooh.
Yeah. Oh, wait, that's it. It gets Healing Wish.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Not as good as Wish, though.
Not as good, but still very good in a pinch.
Yeah, and then something that can take advantage of both terrains on IDM's team is Alolan Raichu.
Oh, hey, that Pokemon.
Yeah, the one we kind of mentioned
AKA
earlier.
the best Pokemon that ever exists.
Yeah.
I will hear nothing else of it.
110 speed is, it's nice and everything, but wait till you just throw a Surge Surfer on there and have Coco go out first and Volt Switch right into this thing? That's terrifying.
Yep, a Choice Specs, Electric Terrain, Alolan Raichu is quite possibly the scariest thing you can run into.
Throw a Discharge on that thing? Ugh.
Discharge. I think you mean Rising Voltage, sir?
Nah, Discharge. Clearly, this doesn't get Rising Voltage.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It 100% does.
It does. It's just not in the usually used moves.
I know, because I'm always correct.
Yeah. No, you're not, you liar. Anyways, Rising Voltage, absolutely terrifying. Times 2 power and Electric Terrain, make it into 140 power attack. That's 100% accurate. Also gets Magnet Rise.
Does get Magnet Rise. And then alongside that, even if it's not in Electric Terrain, does actually get Expanding Force as well. So if it's stuck in Psychic Terrain, hey, that's just fine.
Yeah, I mean, honestly...
And
IDM's
Expanding
team.
Force is going to hit hard.
Yeah, IDM's team is just scary, but, this Alolan Raichu, watch out. This thing is great. This thing will kill you if you're not careful. Moving on to Zarude Sandstorm. Hey, that's an ancient...
Hey!
We're ignoring that. Moving on. What's the shiny look like for this thing? I don't like it. Anyways, Zarude.
It's got like Cheeto dust on its stomach.
Oh no. What do we get? Leaf Guard?
Leaf Guard is kind of a whatever ability.
Yeah, it kind of is. Good stats on this thing, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, great attack. 120 attack, 105 speed, 105 defense, along with 105 HP. Actually, like a surprisingly good spread of stats. Does get Power Whip, obviously. Darkest Lariat is both great stabs. I think it gets close combat. I know it gets Drain Punch at the very least.
It gets close combat, Drain Punch, Brick Break to get rid of screens, Hammer Arm actually is kind of neat too. Not that you'd really want to lower the speed on this thing. Seed Bomb, just a good solid grass move. I know it has Power Whip, but having the 100% accuracy is always nice.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a little bit better.
And
also, U-turn from Momentum.
Yep.
Throat Chop, even. Just a great move pool. Honestly, the only thing that this Pokemon is really missing in terms of attack is probably Knockoff.
Yeah, honestly, I'm a little surprised it doesn't have it, but...
Oh, and maybe Thunder Punch as well to deal with flying types, but
Does it get Thunder Punch? I don't see Thunder Punch.
No,
that's right. You're saying,
yeah.
I see now. I get it. Yep. Speaking of flying types...
Drifblim.
Just a fun, good little Pokemon. Stupid amount of HP, by the way. 150.
And then, I forget the name of the ability, but Drifblim does actually have an ability similar to Guts called Flare Boost.
Oh, Flare Boost. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, which, if you don't know what that does, basically, whenever the Pokemon is burned, its special attack have 1.5 power.
Yeah.
Alongside that, though, it does get Unburden as well, though.
Not that you could really take it... Well, I mean, 90 special attack, 80 attack, it could take advantage of Unburden.
Yeah, it's not the worst. Plus, you could actually get lucky with, I think, Ominous Wind.
Oh.
But, that requires luck.
Yeah.
Which IDM does have from time to time, but, it's not like Lovensky luck.
Yeah, definitely the case.
Yeah.
But honestly... Clear Smog, Calm Mind, Knock Off, Haze, Hex. gets Phantom Force. Really interesting.
Does also get Thunder Wave and Toxic as well.
Yep.
Will-O-Wisp.
Will-O-Wisp.
Yeah.
It's a good little Pokemon. Good. Memento, the best move. Watch out for that one.
Memento is a good move, yeah.
We're moving on to an interesting Pokemon, Mudsdale.
Yeah, this is a very good bulky Pokemon. Stamina, its signature ability, every time it gets hit, I think actually just every time it gets hit in general, gets +1 to defense.
Yeah, defense is raised. Pokemon's defense raised by 1 stage after it is damaged by a move, which is insane considering it starts with 100 defense. Throw a assault vest on this thing.
Yeah.
Go to town.
It is extremely slow, but it is very, very bulky. And another thing to actually note about this Pokemon is it is actually heavier than it looks, and it already looks pretty heavy. So Heavy Slam is actually a very good move on this Pokemon. And then alongside that, you know, your standard Earthquake,
close combat,
Smackdown and Stone Edge.
Lash Out can be really good too.
Yeah, it can be pretty good.
It can be, you know, and someone comes out with Intimidate or something like that. But this thing already has 125 attack. It hits stupid hard.
Yeah. Stealth Rock as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good Pokemon.
Yeah, just Walrein.
Yep, our last one.
I have literally never seen this Pokemon used. It does get Thick Fat, and Ice Body, and Oblivious.
Yep.
Although Oblivious is just kind of no love juice for me.
Yeah.
I'm happy being single.
Thick Fat's pretty nice for this Pokemon as well, honestly.
Yeah.
Good HP, 110, good defenses, and 90 APs and 95 special attack. It's got some decent stats going in here, and a decent move pool with it getting Belly Drum, just in case you want to maximize that 80 attack.
Yeah. Ice Beam. I imagine this thing probably gets Scald. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Is this the one water type that didn't get Scald? That's fucked up.
Yeah, it definitely is. Oh, Sheer Cold. Best move.
Well, it gets Yawn at least, so you can spread sleep.
Yeah, it gets Yawn, it gets
Toxic.
Surf, Swords Dance. No, not Swords Dance, not useful. What am I talking about? It can be, I suppose.
It can be.
Yeah. Ice Beam, Ice Fang, Ice Spear, Iron Head.
A fun little Pokemon, a fun little addition.
Yeah.
Doesn't do too. Oh, it gets Curse.
Oh,
that's actually
yes,
kind of
yes,
useful
yes.
for this Pokemon. Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, IDM's got a really good team. It's IDM. How could we not say that? IDM's got a really well-rounded team with the terrains of Electric and Psychic complementing his Pokemon really well. It's terrifying with some good bulk and good hitters on this thing, especially with screens from Klefki. I'm scared of IDM's team.
Yeah, I mean, Tapu Koko, Alakazam, Buzzwole, Indeedee. Well, Indeedee female, not so much, actually.
No, but I mean, Alolan
Raichu, yeah.
Goodra.
This is just a terrifying team to go up against. And honestly, so far, the Armor Division in general is just a terrifying division.
Mm-hmm.
Lovensky, IDM, Aurora, Spood. All 4 of these are terrifying opponents to go up against.
Yeah, absolutely are. In terms of having strats against IDM, that's something that's kind of hard to think of because IDM's he's just got good roundness to him.
Yeah, he's very good at thinking outside of the box.
Yeah.
Obviously, he knows how to, look to the Pokemon strengths and use them effectively, but he's also very good at just occasionally just being like, you know what, I'm just going to use Imprisoned Gardevoir because fuck it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Something to, I guess there's a couple things to take note of. Despite, being well-rounded, he's only got a couple of really good special defenders, not that he can't get around it. but it's something to take note of there. And then I guess you could say the same about defense as well in general. Some of these Pokemon, a few of them have very good defense, but a few of them also, like Alakazam, cannot take a physical hit all that well.
Yeah.
Same with Indeedee, same with Alolan Raichu, same with Drifblim, and like Goodra can't take a physical hit all that well. So, something to consider, I guess, when looking to fight against IDM here. But, honestly, the biggest things to look out for are what terrain he brings and be prepared for that, because that's probably going to be what he bases most of his matches on, is that sort of terrain.
Mm-hmm.
So, moving on, Schaumburg Salamences, good old Woody, coming back from season 3, 4, 3 as well, I guess, and 4, coming in to do his best with a very interesting roster here. We got Corviknight as his first pick.
Yep, Corviknight, kind of been a staple of Sword and Shield since, Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good overall Pokemon. Pressure's great. Unnerve is actually, I think, a sleeper ability, although it's not super great here.
Yeah.
Mirror Armor is interesting, but pressure is typically what you're going to be going for, honestly.
Yeah, definitely going with that. With a pretty decent move pool, getting U-turn, taunt, nasty plot as well. Not that you'd use it.
I didn't even know this thing gets nasty plot. What the hell?
Yeah, it gets nasty plot. You didn't know that?
I didn't know that. No one uses special attacking with this thing. This thing's got, 35 special attack?
Space. 53, actually. You had it backwards, Mr. Dyslexic. Let's see here. But Brave Bird on this thing hits like a truck. Body press is terrifying. Drill Peck's just a good move that it gets too. Facade. Don't burn this thing. Facade will kill you.
I mean, honestly, even if you burn this thing, it's kind of more of a... Well, actually, no, because you can't poison it. Never mind.
Yeah, you can't poison it. That's the only thing you can do.
Unless you have a Salazzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got good moves. It's a good Pokemon. Home Claws. It's pretty nice.
You got Roost, and you can just roost up any damage you do to it.
Yep.
And then, or to itself, it's, using Brave Bird.
Dugtrio is the next one on Woody's list here.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we are allowing Arena Trap, correct?
I believe so. Let me open this up real quick.
Yeah, we are, because it's a tier 2 pick.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. So, excellent trapper. And also pretty good offensive Pokemon as well. Something you don't really think about. 100 base special, or not special, regular attack, physical attack, 120 speed.
70 special defense. That's a little more than I thought it would have.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty strong Pokemon still. Does get Sword Stance, I believe, as well.
Yeah. But, this thing this thing won't take a hit though, regardless of that, 70 special defense. That 35 HP and 50 defense.
But
is not
sometimes, as long as you get the read right, you can run through a team with this thing.
Yeah, essentially, you are running in arena trapping against something that doesn't do great against you, and you are just hitting it as hard as you can. Earthquaking it, honestly, is really good.
Yeah.
Probably throwing a band on this thing and just earthquaking, because there's a few teams here that do not do well against ground. And that's something to consider. So you just throw a choice band on this thing, arena trap, and just earthquake all day. Other than that, Scorching Sands, but you're not going to use that. Shadow Claw is nice. Stone Edge, Sucker Punch is great. Tri Attack is not. Why does it get Tri Attack?
Because there's 3. It's Dug Trio.
It does get Curse.
Does get Curse.
Not that you'd use it, but it's really neat that it gets Curse.
Which is something you don't really want for this thing.
Yeah.
Because even if you do get bulky, you don't have a lot of HP.
No, you're not here to. Dugtrio is not something you bulk up with. You literally won't be using. Sure, Agility could be nice, but you won't need it. But you're going in, hitting something, and probably dying in a turn or two.
Yeah.
Unless you want to set up rocks with it for some reason, but don't do that. Haxorus.
I mean, that's actually not a bad idea.
Actually, yeah, I guess it's not a bad idea. Haxorus, something that Woody had, I believe, last season.
Yeah. Haxorus is a great Dragon Dance sweeper, honestly. Rivalry is kind of whatever for the most part. It can be good, but since most people just randomize their Pokemon genders, it doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah.
Mold Breaker, on the other hand, that is a great ability. Being able to ignore stuff like Mimikyu's, like Disguise, you know, that is just amazing. As well as like being able to ignore, like, say, something like Volt Absorb. Although I don't think that's really going to matter as much. Can also ignore Levitate for Gengar, or not Gengar, Haunter.
Yeah.
Gengar no longer gets a Levitate, gets Curse Body now.
Really? That's weird.
Yeah, they changed it because...
reasons. With that 147 attack, by the way, first impression, terrifying.
Oh yeah, I forgot I got first impression this generation. Yeah. No, yeah, that is terrifying. Again, once again, it does get Dragon Dance as well.
Yep.
So, yeah, you can increase that already, like, staggering attack to even grander heights.
Yep.
Close combat, Iron Head / Poison Jab to deal with fairies.
Shadow Claw, X Scizor,
Outrage, of course,
Tail,
with the good old Dragon Stab. Stab.
Yep.
Yeah, just a great Pokemon with great coverage.
Yeah, that's one to watch out for, honestly. Your other homie, Slowbro.
Yeah. So Slowbro is a great Pokemon. It's definitely my favorite water type. I'm happy to see it here. However, and this is something that we'll notice a lot with the rest of Woody's team. I actually think he would have benefited a lot more from Slow King. Just because, and a bit of a spoiler, Woody's team does not have amazing special defense. Even with a Assault Vest, like, his special defense is just awful.
Yeah.
Do you say Evilite?
Yeah. Because you throw Evilite on Slowbro, right?
That's
right, it's a split. Evolution. I keep forgetting it's a split evolution.
It's a split evolution. But with that being said, Slowbro is still very good, especially in this generation. You know, Scald, it's never not going to be useful.
Yeah, Regenerate on this thing.
Yeah, Regenerator. I've been seeing a lot of people who have been running Focus Sight lately. Or not, is it Focus Sight? No, Future Sight. Future Sight, I'm sorry.
Focus Sight, my favorite move.
Yeah, Focus Sight, my favorite move from the Focusmon.
Yeah. It's kind of funny the Future Sight's in the not usually used moves, actually, because I've seen it used quite a bit, and I feel like it's pretty decent to use on this thing.
Yeah, it's been getting a lot of use lately. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why, but I'm kind of happy to see it.
Yeah. Yawn's great on this thing, honestly, and then Teleport can be used really well. Slack off
Teleport,
is good recovery.
Also has deceptively good coverage as well. Like, this thing does get Flamethrower, which is something not a lot of people like talk about.
Yeah.
It's got Grass Knot. It's got a bunch of poison moves as well.
Yep.
Yeah, just it gets.
I think it gets electric.
Does it get Thunderbolt? Too. I know it gets Thunder Wave. Does it get Thunderbolt?
It gets Zap Cannon.
It gets Zap Cannon, but that's 50% accuracy.
Yeah, it just gets Thunder Wave basically.
Okay. Either way, that's still a godlike move pool. For what is Slowbro actually? What is this supposed to be?
It's like a water bear.
Is that what it is?
It's got the little bear-like ears, right?
I guess, yeah. Okay, yeah, a little water bear.
Yeah, I'll call it.
Oh wait, no. Okay, yeah, never mind. I see what you mean by water bear. There's an actual animal called a water bear.
Yeah, that's
little... like microscopic.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that one though. It's just
Yeah, you're talking about a literal bear. Never mind. Yeah. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. Good Pokemon, though, honestly. Don't sleep on Slowbro.
Yeah, great Pokemon.
Copperajah, something that Woody also had last season. I think it's something where Woody loves picking Pokemon he likes, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I mean, I think you should pick the Pokemon you like. It's just, sometimes it is going to be a little bit harder to make use of them. But I definitely respect the sticking with the Pokemon you like.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I picked Vaporeon for this season as well as I did the last season because it's my favorite.
Yeah.
Sheer Force.
Sheer Force and Heavy Metal. Honestly, both are great abilities for Copperajah. 122 HP, 130 attack are great. It is unfortunate with its defense and special defense.
Yeah, 60 not nice, but that's about all it's kind of got going. Also, 30 speed.
Yeah, 30 speed. It is very slow. So this is a Pokemon that should be tanky, and it is still pretty tanky thanks to its HP. But its defense does hold it back a lot, unfortunately, still. But, again, Heavy Slam and Heat Crash with Heavy Metal, both are terrifying because I'm pretty sure while this is not the heaviest Pokemon, even with Heavy Metal, it is one of the heaviest Pokemon.
Yeah.
So, both are going to do a lot of attack. Of course, it has a lot of different moves that can take advantage of it.
And the thing is, dude, the moveset on this thing's pretty decent, to be completely honest. Like, Stone Edge, it's got
Zen Headbutt.
Zen Headbutt, it's got Earthquake on this thing. Heavy Slam, Heavy Crash are terrifying. High Horsepower. Play Rough, Power Whip, which is spooky.
Yep. This thing does have a great move pool.
Yeah.
It's even got a Whirlwind in case, you need to phase something out.
Yep.
Has Stealth Rocks as well. Yeah, just a very good Pokemon. Another neat little trick it can do is it does get Steel Roller. So if you're finding that, hey, terrain is a problem, you can just say goodbye to terrain.
Absolutely could. Pretty decent to do that with. But yeah, good Pokemon. But, again, something that we're going to see a pattern of in Woody's team is not a lot of special defense.
Yeah.
Which is perhaps going to be his Achilles heel, but we'll have to see as the season goes on. We're getting to another fun Pokemon, though, Flygon. Something I wanted the draft that Woody took from me. I wanted this thing. Levitate, the ground immunity with a ground dragon Pokemon, some pretty solid stats. 80 across the board with the exception of attack and speed being 100. Pretty good with a very nice move pool on this thing.
Yeah, it does get Dragon Dance. Gets, Outrage, Dragon Claw.
First Impression.
Yeah, First Impression. It's got, Outrage, of course. It gets, I think, Stone Edge. I know Rock Slide for certain.
Yep, Scorching Sands, Stone Edge. It's Scale Shot. Substitute, Superpower, Thunder Punch, U-Turn, which is really nice on this thing. It does get Aerial Ace, but you wouldn't really use that too much.
Yeah.
Does it get anything else interesting down here? Not really.
It doesn't get too much.
Mud Slap, the ultimate move.
Yeah. I've always seen Flygon as sort of a more lackluster Garchomp, but thanks to Dragon Dance, it does fix that a little bit. But it is still not as great just because it requires a lot more setup and a little bit more team support. But still a great Pokemon.
Yeah.
Ground and Dragon is a terrifying type combination no matter what. Yeah, it's just a good all-around Pokemon.
Yeah. Lucario, another pretty decent Pokemon with Steel Fighting coming out here with some decent abilities. Steadfast, I remember, is pretty... Well, Steadfast is interesting because it is only if you flinch you get a speed increase, but there's a lot of flinch moves out there, I feel like.
Yeah. Inner Focus is also nice, makes it where you can't be flinched, and also you're immune to Intimidate, which is also incredible. Justified, if you get hit by any dark type move, your attack is raised by 1.
Yeah.
I feel like most of the time you're probably going to want to run Inner Focus. just because, again, the immunity to Intimidate is incredible, and you can't be flinched. Both are great attributes. And then alongside that, this thing just, 105 attack, 115 special attack.
That's 110 attack,
speed.
my friend.
What'd I say?
105.
Oh, yeah, sorry. 110 attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ash gets extreme speed, gets Drain Punch, Earthquake, Dragon Pulse, Aura Sphere, Focus Blast, High Jump Kick.
Does it get all the punches? It does get all the punches.
Then, yeah, if you want to run this thing as an attacker of any kind, physical or special, Lucario's got you.
Yeah, good Pokemon, good all around. It's good move pool. It's a solid Pokemon, but again, given into that 70 special defense and 70 HP, can't take a hit too well.
Yeah, the Gen 5 Lucario, essentially. Now, whereas Lucario is kind of more of a balanced Pokemon, its stats are kind of all across the board for the most part. Daroc is purely a special attacker for the most part. I think it does have decent physical attack, but it is definitely much more of a special attacker.
Yeah, but I mean, 105 attack is nothing to scoff at with 105 speed and 120 special attack. It's a solid, good Pokemon. It is kind of a shame that its only ability is Illusion, I feel like. Illusion, it's great if you don't know what's coming up. And to be fair, you can be a little tricksy with it, but it's a very gimmicky move. I did want to draft this for funsies. I didn't end up doing it. I went a different direction with my team entirely.
Yeah. That being said, Burning Jealousy, pretty good move.
Dark Pulse.
Yeah, Dark Pulse,
Flamethrower.
great move, obviously. Flamethrower. Oh, wait, it gets Flamethrower? Okay, never mind about Burning Jealousy, actually. Fuck that move.
Yeah. Flamethrower just hits hard and takes names and kicks people's gum out of their mouth. I think that's how the phrase goes.
Does also get Knockoff, has Nasty Plot.
Yep. Hex, Sucker Punch is on here, Throat Chop.
Yeah.
U-Turn is on here.
Sledge Bomb for Fairy types.
Yep. U-Turn.
Yep, U-Turn, Taunt.
Good Pokemon.
Trick as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good Pokemon.
Let's see here. We get to an interesting pair here, because it's not just the fact that we have Boltund, we have Manectric, and I'm not too sure what Woody was going for with this or what, because they're very similar Pokemon.
Yeah, so Boltund is a bit more on the physical side, and Manectric is a bit more on the special side.
Yeah.
But like Cabral just said, they both kind of do the same thing. It's just, I'm not really sure as to why you would draft both.
I mean, Manectric has a really good moveset in comparison, though. Not really good, but better moveset in comparison, because it gets all the fangs, whereas Boltund doesn't get all the fangs.
Which is kind of funny when you consider the fact that it has Strong Jaw.
Yeah, that is really odd, because sure, it gets Fire Fang, but it doesn't. It gets Psychic Fangs. It doesn't get Thunder Fang.
Yeah.
Which
is kind of like the main one it should get, honestly.
Oh no, it does. I guess it's just down here. Oh, Thunder Fang does less damage than the other Fang moves? No, it doesn't. That's the same. Why is it down here?
It's only a Psychic Fang that I think does 85, I think.
Yep, Psychic Fang does 85, Fire Fang does 65. Okay, so it does actually get Thunder Fang, but
they should change that, honestly.
They should.
They should make the fangs more power, like all the fangs be 85 or 75 at least.
Also, the fangs have the other fangs have a 5% chance to miss, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
Play rough.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah, Boltund does not have a great moveset.
No, it doesn't.
Which is kind of a shame.
Yeah. I mean, both Boltund and Manectric have Electric and Fire as some pretty good moves to use. Boltund does get Psychic Fangs, which is quite nice.
I mean, so does Manectric. Manectric gets all the fangs.
Yeah, but again, Manectric is more special than physical.
That's true.
Yeah. Manectrics does get Lightning Rod, which does give you a lightning immunity.
Yep.
And also raises your special attack by 1. Bolton gets Strong Jaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Manectrics gets Flamethrower? Really?
It also gets Overheat.
Oh, wow. That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just better. It's just a better attack. It gets Rising Voltage, which is something you could take advantage of.
Yeah.
Also, something that they both get is Eerie Impulse, which is interesting because it lowers the target special attack by 2. Sure, it's not a great move, but it's interesting.
Yeah, I guess.
It's just interesting.
Fair enough.
Yeah, these are both just an odd pick. I don't quite know why Woody went for both. Maybe Woody likes them both, and that's fine. It's just like team composition-wise, I think one of them should have been replaced with something a little more special bulk, which is what we need. Even then, defensive bulk is kind of lacking with only Corviknight and Slowbro providing that defensive bulk.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Final Pokemon of GTP's team is Rapidash.
Yeah, with Runaway, the best competitive use.
That's true.
Flash Fire immunity, which is always nice, and Flame Body, which will give you burns, and then decent stats. Honestly, nothing awful here. 105 speed, 100 attack, and then 80 for special attack, special defense, 100 attack. So,
yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah. Rapidash gets Mega Horn, which is pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Also gets Flare Blitz. I'm pretty sure, and Drill Run. Pretty sure these are pretty much the only moves that you're really going to be using with this thing.
Yeah.
Wild Charge as well.
Play Rough maybe. Poison Jab maybe.
Yeah, Play Rough maybe. Poison Jab as well. Okay, actually it's got a pretty decent move pool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just gets Swords Dance and Agility, so you could even run a Dual Dance.
It gets
Bounce
Ember
as well. Does get Ember.
And Bounce.
Yep.
Oh, it gets Mystical Fire.
Not
that you'd really use it on this kind of Pokemon, to be fair, but it's always Mystical Fire is always an interesting move to kind of think about in the back of your mind because dropping your target special attack is kind of always nice, especially when you hit them.
Yeah, this also gets Smart Strike.
Yeah, it does get Smart Strike.
Yeah.
That's kind of
yeah.
That's about it.
It's an okay Pokemon. It's not that bad, but the greatest.
I think in another team it acts well as a good rounder for certain things, but in this team, one of the things is he's got okay speed across the board, but the biggest thing with Woody's team is he's just lacking that defense. Doesn't have a lot of that, and that's really I think going to hurt his team in the season here, but. We'll have to see how that goes. But, something to consider is he's got some Pokemon that'll really hurt you if you're not careful.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. All right. Moving on.
Moving on to Clair, who did really well in playoffs. And just the last season alone, Clair did fantastic after having been away from Pokemon Showdown for quite some time, from what I understand from last season as it was, and came back and did really great. So her second time now playing in Double Dip Draft, she's got a scary team with Pheromosa starting out at the top.
Yeah, I mean, this thing was banned to Ubers. I think it actually is still in Ubers technically, but it's one of the few Ubers Pokemon that we are allowing here in Double Dip Draft.
Yeah.
Might be a poor decision, but it's our decision to make.
Yeah, that definitely is ours. But are you telling me that 71 HP, 137 attack, 137 special attack, and 151 speed is broken?
Nah.
Yeah, you're right. What could this thing possibly get? Bug Buzz? Nah. Lunge?
Bug Buzz,
Quiver
Ice
Dance?
Beam,
No one worries.
Oh yeah, it does get Quiver Dance.
Nah, Quiver Dance. No one worries about Quiver Dance. U-turn?
Triple Axle, U-turn, Throat Chop,
Drill Run,
Outrage,
Close
Drill
Combat.
Run.
Yeah, this thing is scary with its classic Beast Boost of KOing Pokemon, boosting its highest stat, which is speed by 1.
Yep.
Terrifying. Don't mess with this thing. This thing will just kill you. But
yeah,
it is not it has no defensive, so it is
it is
frail.
very frail.
You can breathe on it.
You do want to try and smack this thing with a priority move or some Trick Room shenanigans.
Yeah, get it gone fast is what you want to do with that thing.
Speaking of Trick Room,
hello!
Porygon 2.
Good Pokemon. Throw an Eviolite on this thing and just boost up its 90 defense and 95 special defense.
And it doesn't die, ever.
Because the thing is, it's interesting. Normal types are good defensive types, oddly enough.
Yeah.
They just do well.
They have a great move pool, typically.
This thing's got a stunning...
Their only weakness is fighting.
Yeah. It's immune to ghost type attacks and everything as well, and it's got a great move pool. It does get Thunderbolt, of course. It gets Shadow Ball. It gets Psychic. We do get Discharge if you want a little more paralysis out of that, but Foul Play's great. Psyshock can be good. Teleport, Substitute. It gets Recover. It gets Tri-Attack, which is really good on this thing. Because not only that, you can pair that with, I believe, a certain move or no? I think it's the other one. Yeah, Analytic.
Yeah. And with this thing, well, yeah, it does have a lot of great attacks. You're typically going to be using like something like Toxic, and then something to kind of just whittle down your opponent. Recover to get health, and then probably something like Foul Play, just for being able to use your own opponent's attack stat against it. Yeah. Very annoying Pokemon, but very, very good.
Moving on to Claire's third Pokemon pick, Classic Moltres, actually, with its Classic Pressure, which reduces, makes you use an additional PP, and Flame Body, which Contact will make you burned.
Yeah.
Great special attack on this Pokemon, by the way. I think people kind of sleep on the Legendary Bird stats, because some of them are very good.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, they're all pretty good in their own right. Like, Zapdos is still great. Like, both Galarian and Cantonian Zapdos are still amazing. Cantonian Moltres, as we mentioned, this Rubber Chicken has 125 special attack. I believe it actually got a new toy in this generation in the form of Scorching Sands, giving it a good ground type move to hit steel type, or not steel type, rock types.
Yep. Scorching Sands, U-turn is great on this thing. Overheat's obviously your classic kind of fire move with this thing to send in overheat and then U-turn on out of there. Classic all the fire moves you could think of. Extra Sensory, which is really interesting. Dual Wing Beat.
Does also get Hurricane as well.
And Dual Wing
Air
Beat
Slash.
Pretty decent because it has 100 attack.
Yeah, but let's be real. That 125 is calling your name.
Yeah, it absolutely is. You're right.
Yeah.
But
it does also get Tailwind for some nice support as well.
Yeah. Good Pokemon. Good stats. Great Pokemon.
Good Rubber Chicken.
We have good Rubber Chicken. It's very pink too on the shiny version of it. Rhyperior with a Lightning Rod.
Yeah, but Solid Rock is right there.
I mean, what are you telling me? Hold on. Why does a ground Pokemon get Lightning Rod?
Oh, why not?
I guess you're right.
It's mostly for doubles.
Yeah, Solid Rock, stunning move.
Ability.
Yeah, I mean abilities are just moves that just last longer.
Nah. Anyways, 115 HP, 140 attack, and 130 defense. Pretty lackluster special defense, but Assault Vest can fix that.
Yep.
Sandstorm can also fix that as well.
Yep. And then the move pool on this thing is so good.
Yeah. It's got a lot of deceptive moves. It's got Dragon Tail. It's got Earthquake, of course. It's got Stone Edge / Smackdown.
Yep.
Body Press.
All the
a lot of the elemental punches, such as Fire Punch and Thunder Punch.
I mean, not just that.
Punch.
Not just the elemental punches, but you get Ice Beam, you get Flamethrower, you get Aqua Tail.
You get Aqua Tail. You have Surf. Don't forget you have Surf.
Oh, yep. Not that you'd use it with that dismal 55 special attack.
Yeah, but
it does get Surf. You are absolutely right. All the dragon moves: Drill Run, Earthquake, Facade, Heavy Slam, high horsepower. And then what else does this thing get? Mega Horn, terrifying. Iron Head, Stealth Rock, Smackdown, Stone Edge, Thunder, Thunderbolt, Thunder Punch. Yeah, it's this thing. It is just really well-rounded, good Pokemon. Don't let this thing set up on you.
Yeah,
it'll probably kill you. Ooh, an interesting Pokemon, Arctozolt.
Yep, Arctozolt. I mean, Slush Rush.
Yep.
Double that kind of lackluster speed.
Yeah.
Bolt Beak hits hard.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Freeze Dry is always great. It's not that, it's just nice to have.
I mean, not so much on. Well, I know it's got pretty decent special attacks. So yeah, Freeze Dry is not terrible.
Ground moves.
Yeah. Yeah, Stomping Tantrum.
Yep.
Great. Stone Edge.
Taunt.
Gets Icicle Crash and Icicle Spear as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Good Pokemon.
It's just kind of a Slush Rush of a user.
Yeah. Which it will be able to take advantage of because we do have a Bomb Snow we're coming up to here. We got the other Indeedee here, by the way.
Yep, Indeedee Male. This is the superior Indeedee, I believe, because it does actually have, I believe, slightly higher special attack than Indeedee Female.
Yeah.
And because of that, it can actually take advantage more so of the Psychic Terrain with its expanding force.
Yep.
Other than that, though, it does kind of do the same thing of Indeedee Female. Again, since it does have more special attack, it is focused a little bit more on the attacking side, whether more so than the Cleric side that Indeedee Female can do.
Yeah.
So, expanding force, mystical fire, energy ball, shadow ball, hyper voice. Can even set up trick room if need be, dazzling gleam.
Aromatherapy too, if you need some good support there.
Yeah, Calm Mind as well. Although I think most people, at least myself, I used a Choice Scarf on this Pokemon. Just because its speed, while it's not terrible, it's not the fastest.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, just a very not the best Pokemon, but still a very good Pokemon.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't sleep on the expanding force on this thing. Also, we forgot to mention, Woody doesn't have any Clerics.
Yeah, Woody does not have any Clerics.
Yeah,
at all.
That's something I forgot to bring up. And yeah, Clerics. You know what? It's really interesting. I feel like quite a bit of the Armor Division is missing Clerics.
It's something that a lot of people kind of forget about, myself included. Is I'm so worried about all right, I need my tank, I need my all out attacker, I need my hazard setter, I need my hazard removal.
Yeah.
And then by the time I have all that, I'm like, fuck, I don't have any heal bell support.
Yeah, and something a lot of people don't have is knockers. I don't think either, but Clair did grab a Obstagoon, which is a pretty decent little Pokemon. Some nice little stats here.
Yep, does get Guts and Defiant, both very good abilities.
Pretty nice move pool, honestly. It's more of a physical attacker with that 90 attack, special attacks at 60, but it's decent. It's got some good moves. I think it's all the elemental punches. Looks like it does.
Yep. Knockoff does get Parting Shot, which is a godlike supporting move.
Yep. Seed Bomb's in here as well. Close combat, of course. Cross Chop can be scary if you pair this thing with what is it?
I think it's Scope Lens.
Yeah, Scope Lens.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Really good Guts Pokemon, really good Defiant user as well if need be.
It gets Surf, just like everything else on Clair's team so far.
Let's move on.
Alright, yeah, let's move on to Sigilyph or Sigilyph.
Yep.
Not sure.
This is a Pokemon that if you are not prepared for, can be a huge problem. Whereas instead, if you are prepared for it, it's kind of a pushover. You just can't let it set up. Typically, what this thing likes to do is it likes to run Magic Guard, Flame Orb, so you can't status it with Talk. Or actually, no. Is it? I think people do run Flame Orb, but I don't know why.
They might. I'm not
really,
sure.
you should just run Leftovers. I'm thinking of like a random battle set.
You might
for some odd reason. Yeah. Or maybe I don't know why. Either way, yeah, Magic Guard, Leftovers, and then usually people will run Cosmic Power or Calm Mind or both, and then Stored Power.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then usually with something like Air Slash or something like that. Does also get Expanding Force though.
Yep.
So, yeah, just something to be aware of, as well as screen support.
Yep, screen support, expanding force, yeah. So we'll be seeing some psychic terrain from Clair's team overall, and that should be a little scary. Gets energy ball as well, which is kind of neat there. Thunderwave, trick room, whirlwinds, and headbutt, toxic, roost. Your usual kind of stuff here. Nothing insane, nothing cray, but you know, calm
good,
mind.
like
Spooky.
extra assaulting,
Yeah.
hoarding Pokemon.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Moving on, we have Abomasnow. What do we got going on here?
It's a Hail Sitter.
Yeah, basically a Hail Setter with one of the worst typings. It's very weak to fire. Very weak to fire.
It also has kind of the unfortunate stat distribution. No stat really like stands out as like good.
Yeah.
It does get Aurora Veil, which is actually like quite useful and very nice.
Yeah.
And then aside from that, it kind of gets what you would expect of an Ice and Grass type. You know, Blizzard,
Energy Ball.
Giga Drain, Energy Ball, Wood Hammer.
Leaf Storm's in here.
Yeah, Leaf Storm. Does get Leech Seed.
Yeah. Most of the time, you're going to come in, set up your Hail, throw up a Roar Veil, and maybe do a Leech Seed on an opponent when you're doing some setup, because that's mostly what this kind of comes in for. It's not the heaviest hitter out there. It gets decent moves, honestly, but you know it doesn't hit super hard.
Yeah.
Gets Wood Hammer too.
Yeah. Yeah. Abomasnow is kind of a unfortunate Pokemon.
Which is really weird that it gets Synthesis, by the way.
That's not that weird. I think most, if not every grass type gets Synthesis.
Does it? Okay. Well, it's just that, you know, Hail, doesn't that impede Synthesis? Or make it, like, recover less health?
I don't know about Hail.
I don't know. Moving on to another one of the clerics that Clair has. Aromatisse, or whatever it is.
I think it's Aromatisse.
Might be. Very well might be.
Yeah.
Aroma Veil.
I think
great ability.
What is it?
Prevents you from taunt and torment, heal block, encore, disable.
Oh, actually, yeah, that is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially for a cleric like Aromatisse.
Yeah, and then also healer, you get 30% chance of curing and adjacent ally statuses.
That is doubles.
Oh, that's doubles.
That is
Oh, that's right, it's ally. Okay, yeah. So basically,
Yeah.
Aroma Veil is what you're running on this thing then.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's just a great cleric. Has really good HP, pretty decent special bulk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's slow. My goodness, 29
it
speed.
is very slow.
Honestly, a decent move pool. You know, you have your energy ball, you have your drain punch, dazzling gleam.
Dazzling Cream.
No.
Does get Moonblast as well, which
does.
honestly is the better fairy move to use here.
Definitely.
Does get Nasty Plot, so if you want to run a cheeky, slow sweeper, you can.
Or if you want to just really mess with your opponents, using Encore is great.
Yeah.
So, just something to consider. Last Pokemon on Clair's team, we have our Sandaconda here. Very interesting Pokemon. Decent stats, honestly. You know, it's kind of like one of the things that kind of gets me about this though is it's kind of like Rhyperior in a way. Where you have your decent HP, nothing incredible, but 107 attack and 125 defense. very good in that regard. It does set up sand, so we have a mini
Sandaconda using it a couple seasons ago.
Yeah.
Does get access to coil and body press. Stone Edge is actually really nice with coil. Earthquake is obviously quite good, but there is actually a strat that you can run, which I ran pretty regularly in the season, is Sandaconda gets a ability called Shedskin, which basically there's a 33% chance at the end of every turn for any status you have to be cured. And what you can actually do is you can run rest and sometimes just wake up immediately.
That's incredible. And again, this also gets Sandspit. So with Rhyperior here, we have a mini weather team, and you can just use Sandspit, which basically makes it when you get hit, Sandstorm begins.
Yep.
So
and that can actually help out a lot with Rhyperior's poor special defense.
Absolutely. Good little Pokemon helps out. That again, kind of similar stats to Rhyperior, but you know what? It helps some stuff. We do have Clair doesn't have the best special defense, with I think 95 being the highest from Porygon 2, and of course you have an Eviolite on it, so it'll be great, but that's about it really.
Yeah. Sigilith with a Cosmic Power can help mitigate that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, once again, not the best special defense. That being said, the Pokemon to definitely be on the lookout for are absolutely Pheromosa. I don't think you need either me or Cabral or anyone to tell you that one. I mean, you just look at the stats and be like, oh, this is going to be a problem.
Porygon 2.
Porygon 2 as well. While it doesn't hit the hardest, it will whittle you down very slowly and very painfully.
Yep.
Moltres, a bit of a sleeper hit. Arctozolt as well, as long as she's bringing hail.
Yep. Rhyperior, terrifying.
Indeedee, male as well, and then Obstagoon can be, but as long as you got a fighting type move, I think you'll probably be okay.
Yeah. Claire's got a really good team overall, and a lot of stuff to watch out for. We got some good rounds going on. Again, a little weak on the special defense side of things, but again, there are things to counteract that in quite a few of the matches. Porygon 2 probably going to be in every match, honestly, because it's very versatile, and you can do just about anything with Porygon 2 to help against any team.
Yeah.
So, but something to consider. But let's move on and get to our last couple of teams here. We got our newly renamed Daroc Dewgongs, who's coached by Remedy, who was, of course, here as the Kansas City Crasbies last season. And, Remedy has a lot of water, surprisingly.
Yeah. So I think this is the team that is kind of a little bit... me and Cabral alluded to this earlier with it's kind of, what's the best way to put it? It lacks direction.
Yeah.
I think is the best way to put it. You'll kind of see what we mean as we kind of go on. The first Pokemon is Toxapex, which this is a great Pokemon. It's been annoying since it was introduced back in Sun and Moon. Regenerator is a amazing ability that you will always use on this thing.
Merciless.
Maybe Merciless every once in a while, but really you're going to use Regenerator.
Yeah, just because of the bulk on this thing. But Merciless can be nice, just because if you have Toxic Spikes out and you constantly critical hit, you're not the biggest attacker, but critical hits are always nice, regardless,
Yeah. But yeah, Baneful Bunker, free protect, and if they make contact, they're poisoned.
Yep.
You got Scald, you got Knockoff, you got Recover, you got Sludge Bomb, you got Toxic Spikes, you got Toxic.
Yeah, a lot of times this Pokemon's coming in, it's usually a starter Pokemon. You got your Baneful Bunker and your Toxic Spikes set up, and you just go to town, essentially. And because the defense is on this thing. With 152 defense and 142 special defense, 50 HP, it doesn't have the most amount of health, but it is a wall, this thing, if you're not careful with it. Got to keep an eye out for that. We move on to our next water Pokemon, Volcanion.
Yeah, so this one is a bit more offensive. Volcanion, is, I think, still the only fire and water type Pokemon, which is incredible. Does also give a water immunity with water absorb.
Yep. Which is really nice to have, making it weak only to electric and grass and rock.
Not even the grass. I think actually just electric.
Oh yeah,
rock
electric,
and
rock,
ground.
and ground. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
I
guess freeze dry.
Even then,
that's
actually
right.
still would just be neutral because of the fire.
Yep, you're right. That is correct.
Yep. Now, with that being said, Volcanion stats are great all across the board, except for its speed at 70.
Yeah, but that's not the biggest issue in the world. Well.
Yeah, even then, you just run Choice Scarf on this thing, and that actually fixes it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Good
Steam
move,
Eruption is just a better Scald.
Yep.
You got Flamethrower / Fire Blast, Earth Power, Sludge Wave.
Earthquake.
Yeah, Earthquake. I think it gets Flash Cannon. If it doesn't, Sludge Wave is still good for
It does
dealing
get Flash
with,
Cannon.
berries. Okay, yeah, Flash Cannon. You have Focus Miss.
Sludge Bomb as well, if you want to go off of that toxic sort of stuff. Will-O-Wisp is always nice. Rock Slide, Scorching Sands for the burn, Stone Edge. Good Pokemon. Great moves.
Yeah.
Hits hard, good health, decent defenses. It's a good Pokemon. Don't sleep on this thing.
Yep.
Durant, a really interesting pick and kind of a bit of a, I don't know, it almost strays off of what Remedy's going for with all that water for a second there. It's really interesting.
That being said, Durant, I think, is a nice addition here. Hustle is very nice. I still find it really funny that Game Freak decided that its hidden ability was going to be Truant.
Yeah.
AKA True Ant.
Yep.
You know, props to whoever did that joke.
You're absolutely right. Pretty good. Bug Seal, not the greatest typing in the world, but not the worst.
I mean, offensive-wise, honestly, it is actually a great type.
Offensive, it's great. It's more of the defenses you got to worry about with this thing.
Yeah, but sometimes defense is not going to be your concern, and with Durant, defense is not your concern.
Yeah, especially with 109 attack, 112. Well, it's got 112 defense, surprisingly, and 109 speed. Coming out with first impression, great move. Just every match, just get first impression. It's a good move.
Well, something you do actually have to take into consideration is a lot of people will typically run Hustle with Durant, and with Hustle, while your attack is improved, your accuracy does take a bit of a dive. However, with Durant, there is a way to fix that. It does get access to Hone Claws, which can actually increase its accuracy.
Yep.
And thus making it, and raising your attack even more, thus making the problem a little bit, not as bad.
Yeah.
And considering it has Iron Head, X Scissor, and other moves similar to that, it is actually a very scary Pokemon to have.
Yeah. It's just got some good moves, this thing.
Yeah, it also has
have the
superpower as well.
It does have superpower. Scorching Stomping Tantrum as well. And again, it's just something where don't sleep on this thing. This thing's gonna hurt you real bad.
Yeah.
Cause sure.
And Swarm is also a good ability as well. You know, since its HP is kind of low, once it gets hit enough times, its moves are going to be even stronger. Which means it could come in when it has low HP and click First Impression and basically claim something for the Blood God.
Absolutely. Speaking of claiming things for the Blood God, well, actually not really. Swampert, another water Pokemon. Don't worry, we're not done with the waters just yet. Got a good ability.
Yeah.
Torrent.
Well, they're okay.
It's okay.
They're not bad. They're not bad. Yeah.
I was thinking of Seismitoad, and that it would have like Water Absorb or something like that, but it doesn't. Water Absorb would be great on this thing.
Swampert did get a new toy this generation, which actually is quite nice in the form of Flip Turn, which is basically just the water U-turn.
Yep.
It is very nice. Other than that, Earthquake, Toxic, Stealth Rock, kind of Swampert, but it's got a decent amount of move pool and something that you do need to be aware of. Yeah. Can run Scald if it so chooses to spread burn. Can also use Yawn to put Pokemon to sleep if it feels like Toxic isn't going to cut it.
Yeah, it also gets Sludge Wave too, oddly enough. I didn't know that.
Yep.
Good Pokemon, decent move pool, and stats decent. 100 HP, 110 attack, 90 defense, 90 special defense. It's a good Pokemon, good solid Pokemon. Good all-arounder, I'd say, sort of Pokemon, you know? It's good to fill in gaps when needed. This team, I don't know if it filled in the gaps as well as it could have, because there weren't a lot of gaps in that area to begin with, I feel like.
Yeah.
Cramorant is a Pokemon.
Is a Pokemon. Gulp Missile is a deceptively good ability.
What is
when
it
you
for those
first
who don't know?
Yeah, so what Gulp Missile does is, well, it does two different things depending on how much HP you have. So when you're at full HP and you use Surf or Dive, you get a Barraskewda, or not Barraskewda, but whatever the pre-evolution for it.
Aeroscuda.
In your mouth.
I think it's Aeroscuda or something.
Aeroscuda. And basically, whenever you get hit while you have that Pokemon in your mouth, you shoot it at your opponent and they take damage.
Aerocuda.
However, when you are at half HP, instead of an Aeroscuda, you get a Pikachu. And now, whenever you hit, or get hit, you spit out the Pikachu, and now not only are they taking damage, but your opponent is also paralyzed. Now again, in order to get the Pokemon in your mouth, you have to use either Surf or Dive. It must be one of those two moves.
Yeah.
So that is something to take into account. Surf is not the worst move in the world. In fact, it is actually really good.
Yeah.
It's not as good as Hydro Pump, but in some ways it's better because it's 100% accuracy and you're only sacrificing, I think, 20 power?
Yeah, 110 for
20
Hydro
power.
Pump and like 90 for Surf. So, you know, Surf's honestly a good move. Pair it with Weather Ball if you're running any weather stuff like Rain, which Remedy should have run Rain, would have been pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think running Rain would have really helped out Remedy's team. I think Rain would have been nice.
I do agree. Especially because Hurricane for Cramorant would have actually been quite nice.
Yeah, definitely. I can see that.
Yeah, so there's a bit of a spoiler. There is no Rain Setter here, or at least no, like, guaranteed Rain Setter. Obviously, any of these Water-type Pokemon can set up their own Rain using Rain Dance, but that is not ideal.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Moving swiftly onward to a pick I didn't see coming, honestly, is Guzzlord.
Yeah, so Guzzlord, Guzzlord is a good Pokemon.
Yeah.
But I do think you have to kind of know what you're doing with Guzzlord. He is not an easy Pokemon to use. I think Guzzlord has the highest HP stat out of any Pokemon, which is bold to say considering that both Chansey and Blissey exist. Blissey
is just
might have
shy.
higher.
Yeah, Blissey is 255, Chansey's 250, and Guzzlord's 233. So.
Okay, so it has the third highest HP.
Yeah.
That being said, that's not something to be ashamed of, having the third highest HP out of all the Pokemon.
If only your defenses were better. Although they are better than, well, I was going to say they're better than Chansey or Blissey, but like...
Well, Blissey has great special bulk.
Yeah, they both have great special bulk.
Actually, yeah, Chansey has 105. Never mind. Yeah.
They both have 5 defense and 10 defense, though, like...
Yeah, and alongside that, both Chansey and Blissey have very little attack, whereas Guzzlord actually does have 101 attack and 97 special attack.
Yeah.
Not the best, but, you know, that's definitely stuff that can put in work. Alongside that, Guzzlord has a very good and diverse move pool, actually.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got your Dragon Stab, you've got your Dark Stab, you know, Outrage, Crunch. You know, that's going to kind of be your main stab moves.
Drain
but
Punch,
alongside that, you've got
Earthquake.
Drain Punch for recovery. You've got Heat Crash, Flamethrower, Fire Blast,
Earthquake.
Gyro Ball, Earthquake, Knockoff, obviously. Sludge
Head.
Bomb, Poison Jab, Iron Head.
Stone Edge. Steel Roller if you need to get rid of any terrain for any reason. In fact, actually, hold on a second. Something we're coming up to. Remedy does have terrain. We'll get to that, though.
Yeah, and that is actually like a pretty good little combination there.
Mm-hmm.
And then alongside that, you can also set up Toxic as well. Like I said, this Pokemon is, like, it's not great. It is good, but it does require a bit of work to really be good with.
Beast Boost is crazy on this thing, by the way. Can I just say, like, raising your HP by 1?
Oh, no, it does not work for HP. It would be attack.
So it'd be attack, okay.
Yeah, it would be attack. Yeah.
Either way, crazy.
That would be insane if that would...
Yeah, I know, right? Speaking of insane and kind of crazy, our next Pokemon list, Ninetales. Which Guzzlord, I think, is a really interesting pick for Remedy's team. Remedy's team has had a lot of bulk so far.
Yeah, Remedy seems to be team composition for the most part.
Yeah. But moving on to an interesting pick. Ninetales.
It's not always the best, but Ninetales kind of shies away from this. Ninetales is a fairly fast Pokemon.
Yeah. 100 special defense, really?
Yeah. No, it's got decent special defense.
Okay.
And then alongside that, it's got Flash Fire, so you have a fire immunity. Not that it really matters because again, you have like 4 water type Pokemon, and one of them Water resist fire. Thanks to Volcanion.
Yeah. But, you know, Drought could be useful, honestly.
Yeah, you do have Drought as well.
Which is still odd with all the water. But, you know, Volcanion, and then we'll get to it later, but Blossom can take advantage of that as well. Yeah, pretty standard kind of fire Pokemon with Energy Ball, Extra Sensory if needed. Your basic fire attacks of Flamethrower, Heat Waves on here, Overheat.
Yeah, can also run Solar Beam if they are indeed running Sun.
Oh, yeah. Solar Beam is pretty nice to run. A lot of the fire Pokemon get that. Scorching Sand's always good. Shadow Ball's nice. Will-O-Wisp, and, you know, just your basic stuff, honestly, is run on this thing.
Does it get Nasty Plot?
It does get Nasty Plot.
Yeah, it does get Nasty Plot, so can take advantage of that as well.
Also gets Hex, for some reason.
Yep. Well, I mean, it's kind of like Ninetales is supposed to be based off of like a Kitsune Fox.
Oh,
which,
yeah,
know, is supposed to be like, you know, like all spiritual and stuff.
Yep. Gets Calm Mind as well, if you don't want to quite go for the Nasty Plot and boost your defenses a little bit, but, you know, probably not necessary.
Go big, go home.
Yeah, go big, go home, you're right. Our Electric Terrain setter of Pincurchin is next on the list with some awful speed at 15.
Yeah, although it does have decent attack and actually pretty good bulk, surprisingly. Yeah. Like, 48 HP is kind of unfortunate, but like, you know, 95 defense and 85 special defense is pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad. 91 special attack as well. Yeah, it's not bad. It's got a decent little move pool, but basically you're sending this thing in, getting up your Electric Surge, and then you're having your Pokemon take advantage of that, such as... Who was taking advantage of that? I thought he had someone to take advantage of that. Guzzlord was Steel Roller.
Oh, yeah. Guzzlord can take advantage of that with Steel Roller.
Yeah.
Can also set up Spikes and Toxic Spikes, which is actually quite nice.
Gets Rising
does
voltage.
Have access to Scald as well.
Yep.
So you can get the burn. Rising Voltage, obviously. Alongside that, Volt Switch for Momentum. Too. Yeah, but that's kind of whatever.
Oh yeah, it kind of is whatever. It's just interesting, you know, lowering attack, special attack, and speed of poison foes by 1 is kind of nice. And Remedy's kind of going for that little bit of poison, it seems like.
That's true.
Yeah, but basically it's going in, setting up terrain, setting up spikes. You know, this is the setter. It goes in first and does what it needs to. Maybe sucker punches if you really need it, but that's about it, really.
Yeah.
But right. we have an interesting pick here with Beartic.
Yep.
Hits hard. It's got 95 HP, 130 attack.
Yeah. So Beartic is kind of a Pokemon that does need one of two weathers. It needs either hail or rain.
Which is remedy
which
should have.
Yeah. You know, Slush Rush and Swift Swim are both there, both to help mitigate its very low speed of 50 base speed.
Yeah.
And then alongside that, Beartic has pretty good overall move pool, especially for it. It does have Aqua Jet, which, you know, if it's in rain, doesn't necessarily need, because your speed is doubled. Although even then, you're not the fastest Pokemon. But alongside that, you have stuff like Icicle Crash, Icicle Spear. You have Low Kick, Play Rough, Shadow Claw, Superpower, Throat Chop, Swords Dance. It's got a pretty good overall attacking move pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a bad Pokemon. The thing is, I think this needs weather to really take advantage of it. It's not a bad Pokemon. I think weather just makes the thing better than it is.
Yeah.
So, you can throw an Assault Vest on it if you really worry about it, you know, with 80 special defense and, you know, 95 HP, but, you know, Ice types aren't the best, you know, for that sort of stuff.
Yeah, they aren't the bulkiest.
I am running Ice types, I would know. Moving on to a couple last Pokemon here, we have Bellossom.
Yep. This is the... Well, I guess there's one other Pokemon we said that could take advantage of Sun.
Yeah.
Aside from Ninetales, obviously, because this is Sunset. Oh yeah, Volcanion.
Yeah, Volcanion.
But this is kind of the real Pokemon that really takes advantage of Sun. It does have Chlorophyll.
Yep. Does its speed to 100 instead of 50. Can you throw an Eviolite on Bellossom?
No.
But Roserade.
That is a different evolution line.
Is it actually?
Yes, that is Roselia.
Oh my gosh. Wait, does Bellossom not turn into Roselia?
No.
Why?
That is Budew that turns into Roselia.
Oh my gosh, I'm awful.
Bellossom is actually a split evolution line. It comes from Gloom.
Oh, that's right! Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you give Gloom a Sunstone and it turns into Bellossom.
Yep. I got you. You're right. Either way, Chlorophyll on this thing's nice. Gets your standard grass moves, a Giga Drain, Leaf Storm, Energy Ball, so on and so forth. It gets Dazzling Gleam, which is nice because it's got decent...
It does also get Moonblast.
Yeah, and it's got decent special attack at 90 with its defenses of 95 and 100. You know, that's not bad.
Yep. It does also get Quiver Dance as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, as well as Solar Beam.
Yep.
Sledge Bomb as well for fairy types.
Swords Dance.
Yeah, it's not terrible. It doesn't have the best coverage in the world.
No.
But it is not bad. I think it does get Weather Ball, which actually should help it a little bit in dealing with
I do not see Weather Ball.
Does it really not get Weather Ball?
No, we have Worry Seed down here, and then we have Toxic. Yeah, we don't have Weather Ball in here.
Well, never mind. Get fucked.
Yep. Kind of a shame.
If a Steel type comes in, you're just in trouble.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. Kind of a shame, but you do have Drain Punch, so.
Oh, well, there you go. You got something.
Yeah, you got something at least. But good little Pokemon, good in the sun, but again, it's just odd that Remedy has so many Pokemon that take advantage of rain.
Yeah.
And our last Pokemon on Remedy's team is Grapplock, something I haven't actually seen too much and don't know too much of, other than it's like a punchy octopus, man.
Yeah, so Grapplock is weird. So it gets Limber and Technician. So usually, you know, you hear Technician, you're like, Mach Punch, right?
No.
And I think it does get Mach Punch. But actually, no, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't get Mach Punch. That's why. It doesn't get Mach Punch.
That's right. It doesn't get Mach Punch.
It gets Circle Throw.
Yeah, it gets Circle Throw.
Which I guess can be nice.
Yeah. And its signature move is I think it's an usually useless move. I forget what it's called.
Brutal Swing?
No.
Brutal Swing's pretty decent, though.
Yeah, it's not actually an attacking move. It's a trapping move.
Really?
Octolock. There it is. Octolock.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Traps the target and then lowers defense and special defense by 1 each turn.
That's insane. What?
Yeah, no. So it is actually a really good trapper. However, something else that you have to take into account with Grapplock is it is not the bulkiest.
Yeah.
It's got decent defenses, but when, you know, I don't know, when you don't have as much going for grapple locked, like, you already have a pretty poor move pool for the most part, especially with your ability. And alongside that, you have very low speed. This Pokemon sucks.
Yeah, it's a little lackluster, and it's kind of a shame because, Technician is a good ability, especially because, there are a few things. Circle Throw is not bad to use if you need your opponent to switch out, but it's basically Dragon Tail, but less accurate. And then you also get Brutal Swing, just a good Dark-type move that's 60 power, and it'll be boosted because of Technician. And then, Octolock and what? Payback is under 60, Revenge is 60. Round, I guess, but that's really about it. You're not getting anything amazing. You get Sucker Punch, sure, Stomping Tantrum.
Power Up Punch, actually.
Oh, Power Up Punch, yeah. Power Up Punch is actually pretty decent with Technician, but again, its move pool is really dismal for what it should be able to do. I feel like this Pokemon, I think, has a lot of potential because 118 attacks, not bad. 80 HP, 90 defense, and 80 special defense. It's not terrible. It's slow, but...
Yeah, I think if this Pokemon did actually get Mach Punch, it would be a lot better.
Yeah.
Purely because it does get Bulk Up as well.
It does.
I really hope that, in future generations, this thing gets Mach Punch and Bullet Punch, ideally, as well. But for the time being, this Pokemon is kind of unfortunate, and yeah.
Yeah. So, overall, honestly, with Remedy's team, good bulk. Remedy's got some good bulk on this team that you got to worry about. But that's one of the other problems, though, is there's a lot of bulk, and I don't think. What do we have going on here? Decent.
There's a lot of bulk and not a lot of a good attack. You have Durant, you have Volcanion,
Swampert,
which are both great attackers. Well, Volcanion is a great attacker. Durant is a good attacker that can become great with the right setup.
Yeah.
But aside from that, the team is a little... So, your first half is honestly, really good. But then towards the later half, the team feels like it kind of falls apart. This might have been one of those unfortunate cases where a lot of her picks maybe got sniped.
Yeah.
And she kind of maybe panicked and just picked a bunch of different Pokemon. Which, I get. It's happened to me before. I've been in that boat too.
Yeah. You know what would have been nice on this team is Politoed.
Yeah, Politoed would have been great.
Yeah.
Pelipper would have been great.
Pelipper's available too. Pelipper would have been a really good tier 1, giving you that that rain immediately to throw Hurricane on stuff and be able to use Hydro Pump properly on some Pokemon that could really take advantage of it would have been really nice. No, Hydro Pump
does not become 100% accuracy. Yeah.
Never mind.
Unfortunately.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah.
But regardless, you still have stuff to look out for. Toxapex is terrifying on this team. Durant will hurt you real hard.
Yeah.
Swampert
and Ninetales is also a very scary Pokemon.
Yeah.
And so, while the team is a little all over the place, it's still a good team.
Yeah, definitely is. This is something that definitely a team you should watch out for regardless. Don't, just because we're saying all this doesn't mean you shouldn't, there are strategies and plans that if you're not paying attention, or if they're done right, this team will probably just, swamp you.
Yeah.
And
I get it, because it got Swampert.
Yeah, I'm glad someone got it. We got our last team, probably the I don't remember, the black horse of the team. There we go. Blackcaptain.
Yep.
Coming out of nowhere.
New player for Double Dip draft. Yeah.
First season in Double Dips. I believe they've played some Showdown before. They're not unfamiliar with it, so I think they do know the stuff. From what I remember,
may have been in another draft league. I'll have to do at least more research.
Yeah, absolutely.
Too, but yeah.
So either way, interesting. One of the most interesting teams, if not the most interesting team of the Crown Division.
Agree. So
Armor
when
Division.
when I first looked at this team, I was kind of thinking same thing as I almost said Aurora, as Remedy. It at first glance it looks a little all over the place, but once you kind of stop and like look at it and kind of think about it, it is actually a pretty well thought out team, or at least has the illusion of a well thought out team. For all I know, the Blackcaptain is just sitting there in his chair like, this one looks cool.
Yeah.
For all I know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Something tells me that's not necessarily the case here.
Yeah. There's got to be some planning to this, because again, our first Pokemon, heavy hitter, terrifying. We saw it on the Southtown Sandslashers last season. Melmetal, probably one of the biggest things to look out for with that classic Iron Fist, making all punch attacks do 1.2 times power. Insane.
Which something that not too many people actually like take into account is double Iron Bash. It counts as a punch move. So that's 60 base power that hits twice. Yeah, that's now boosted by Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
And it is. Yeah, this is the Blood God, and you will sacrifice something to him.
The stats on this thing: 135 HP, 143 for attack and defense is stunning. And then, you know, sure, it's slow as molasses. Its special defense isn't great, but there's an assault vest. Especially if you're running Iron Fist on this thing, throw an assault vest on there and have a field day with Earthquake, with all the classic punch moves. Double Iron Bash is a staple of this Pokemon that you have to keep with it. Darkest Lariat.
If you're not running Double Iron Bash, put on the Clown Suit right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Darkest Lariat, great move, honestly, and it's something where it's not a punch move, but ignoring target stat changes. So if you run into someone who's boosted their stats and defenses, Darkest Lariat will just smack them. Let's see, what, you know, we got your Thunder Punch over here as well for additional stuff. Ice Punch is on here. Decent move pool. You got your Body Presses, your Brick Breaks, which does Brick Break count as a punch move? I don't know.
No.
A little weird.
No, it does not.
Seems like a punch move.
You seem like a punch move.
Why, thank you. Superpower. Punch move, right?
Nope.
That's sad.
Yep.
It gets toxic.
Although, to be fair, though, if they made Superpower 120 base power and a punch move boosted by Iron Fist, I'd probably quit the game.
This would probably be banned, honestly.
Yeah.
It gets Brutal Swing as well, which does count as a punch move. So.
No, it does not.
Why doesn't it? It's a brutal swing of your fist into their face.
Yeah, but you're not punching, you're just swinging.
Does Mega Punch count as a punch move?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure.
It's Mega Punch.
Yeah, you're right.
So does Mega Kick. I'm joking.
Okay.
Mega Punch, I'm serious, but Mega Kick, I'm trolling you now.
Okay, good. Either way, terrifying Pokemon. Don't get on, this thing, don't sleep on it. Don't let it get set up, and you need to take this thing out fast. Because
the only reason that you should be sleeping on Melmetal is because it's already killed you.
Yeah.
So you're going into a deep sleep.
Absolutely. One of the first things we're running into, something you're going to see a little bit of a theme here. Tyranitar with its Sandstream. We get our first of the many weathers on this team.
What do you mean mini weathers? Who runs mini weathers these days?
Well, you'll see. So, Sandstream, of course, setting up Sandstorm. Tyranitar, great Pokemon. Amazing stats. 100 HP, 134 attack, 110 defense, 95 special attack, 100 special defense. Great Pokemon. Stunning.
Yep. Been great since Gen 2, baby.
Yep, and a great move pool. You got all your main electric attacks that you could want on there. You got a lot of the rock attack, Stealth Rock on here. You get Surf, because you can. Ice Punch, Ice Beam, Ice Fang is on here. All the fire attacks are on. Well, the main fire attacks are on here. Get your Dragon attacks. Dragon Dance to set up with this thing is insane.
Yeah.
Earthquake, Facade, Crunch is a great move with that stab on Dark. Good Pokemon.
While Tyranitar has kind of fallen out of favor in the last couple of gens, it's still an amazing Pokemon and definitely one to look out for.
Yeah. Keep an eye out for this thing. This thing will hurt you. Especially paired with that Melmetal. Those are two good Pokemon back to back.
Yep.
Our
next Pokemon is Barraskewda.
Something I ran last season and really enjoyed. Never got quite the chance to use it. Barraskewda, you have to get it set up right. You can't just go in with Barraskewda right away. You need the rain. We'll get to that. Because, you're like, oh, we just had a Tyranitar. There's sand. There's sand. There's also rain.
There's also rain.
There's also something else.
That being said, you don't necessarily always need the rain. The rain is extremely nice, and you probably should run it just because, it does get Swift Swim. Why does it get Swift Swim? I don't know. It's already got 136 speed. I don't think it really needs it, but, Game Freak just decided, no, this fish needs to be faster.
Yeah, also with 123 attack, this thing is just literally a missile. Aqua Jet is scary on this thing. You don't need it, by the way. But
yeah, you don't need
it.
You got Liquidation. You got Flip Turn.
You got Drill Run on this thing.
Yeah, you got Drill Run. You got Poison Jab. You got Psychic Fangs. You have Scale Shot even.
Throat Chop. Just in case.
Throat Chop.
For any reason. I don't know why. Close Combat.
I mean, just extra coverage. Yeah, Close Combat as well. Don't know how I glanced over that one.
Yeah, this thing, even Brick Break on this and just breaking screens, like, scary Pokemon. This thing, don't let it in the rain. Don't let this touch water. This will kill you. Sure, it's frail. It actually has decent. Oh no, never mind. It's HP.
Yeah, no, it's frail shit.
It's frail, yeah. But it's just something where watch out for this thing in the rain. We'll get to the rain though. Speaking of Pokemon,
you
kind of like
you still have a choice band on it, and it is just a monster.
Yeah. Tornadus, by the way, even Life Orb on Barraskewda is really good.
Yeah.
Tornadus, good Pokemon.
Yeah.
Also likes rain.
It can do quite a few things. It can either be a rain sweeper itself, or it can set up rain. I think it actually set up any weather, aside from maybe Sandstorm.
Yeah. I don't think it sets up Sandstorm, but it does set up, of course, Rain Dance for sure.
And actually, no, just rain.
Yeah, just rain. Never mind. What are you talking about?
Okay, yeah.
Anyway,
I thought I could set up sunny day, but
great stats on this thing. 115 attack, 125 special attack, 111 speed. Comes out. If it's in rain, this thing's gonna hurricane you.
Just get Prankster as well, so it's guaranteed to set up rain before you.
Also gets Defiant, just in case.
Yep, does get Defiant, so if you want to run a physical set, you can.
Because it gets Acrobatics, or does it get Dual Wing Beat? I don't think it does. No,
I don't think it does either.
It does not. Kind of
actually, I wonder, do we know if Adrenaline Orbs are still in this game?
They are.
Ooh, so that's actually a pretty good tech you could do. You could run Defiant Adrenaline Orb. There's a bit of a strat for you gamers out there.
Yeah, but
in case you don't know what Adrenaline Orb does, basically if you get hit by Intimidate, obviously your attack is still lowered, but your speed is also increased by 1.
Yeah.
And with Defiant, you could have +1 attack and +1 speed. Yeah, so there you go.
Yep, and then
you saucy little gamers.
Yeah, and good move pool on this thing, honestly. Heat Wave, Hurricane. It doesn't get Thunder. Kind of a shame. Makes sense though, because you have the other actual Thunderous itself. Weather Ball, great on this Pokemon. Honestly, this team and Weather Ball, so good. Honestly.
Yeah.
U-turn.
Yeah.
Great move. Tailwind, you could take advantage of that if you really need to. It gets Psychic, gets Sludge Bomb and Sludge Wave. Well, why would you use Sludge Bomb and use Sludge Wave, honestly? Get Knock with it. Foul Play if you need it. Extra Sentry is always nice. Dark Pulse is good. It's a good Pokemon.
Yep, and then good physical move pool as well. Brick Break, Crunch, Knock Off, obviously.
Superpower.
Acrobatics, like we said. Yeah, Superpower.
Nasty
I think it does
plot.
Yeah, it probably gets another good physical flying move, but like I said, Acrobatics, I think if Adrenaline Orb can work, and also there are I can't talk today. There are obviously other items that you could take advantage of as well, such as a berry or something like that, but yeah.
Yeah. Great Pokemon. Likes the rain, likes weather in general and everything like that. Moving on real quick, we have Bronzong. Good levitator, honestly. You know, it's nice having because ground has been, you know, something that people should start to worry about here and there.
Yeah. But yeah, it's got levitate or heat proof, depending on its mood.
Yeah, also some good defenses, with defense and special defense being 116, which is pretty nice. 67 HP, but you know, good defenses overall. Decent move pool, but usually this thing comes in, it's very slow, and it kind of sets stuff up from what I remember. You usually kind of going with a trick room sort of situation with this thing, if I recall.
Right? You can set up a trick room. Typically, when I used it, and kind of based off of the composition of this team,
oh yeah, you had it last season.
Trick room. Yeah, you probably don't want to run trick room with this, just because you do have a lot of like fast Pokemon. I could see trick room working out for Melmetal, but for other Pokemon, I'm not so sure on that one. Maybe Torkoal, but we'll come back to that one.
Yeah, we'll come back to Torkoal. I mean, there's Executor and Deontay as well, and Coffee.
That's true. Yeah.
And Tyranitar's even slow too, so.
That's true, yeah.
But you know, decent moves, good psychic user. Of course, screens are something it's kind of known for. Iron defense if you really need that to go through. Heavy slam, gyro ball if you decide to go with the heavy metal, but I don't think a lot of people do really go with that.
Yeah.
You can though.
Yeah, you can.
But you know, gets Hex, gets Weather Ball. You know, gotta take advantage of that weather.
Wait, oh yeah, it does get Weather Ball. That's
it
weird,
does.
Actually. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah.
But yeah, you know, it'll fill a role. It's not a Clair, which is kind of weird.
It's a yeah. You would think the Bell Pokemon would get Heal Bell.
Yeah, you'd think so.
Yeah.
Oh well, it's just a dumb bell.
Yep.
Speaking of dumb bells, Coffee is not one of those. So
yeah,
with the ability of Mummy, which changes other abilities to mummies, and 145 defense, 105 special defense. That's a nice little wall.
Yep, it's a good wall, some would say.
Decent special attack too at 95. So you know, if you need to hit something with Energy Ball or with Hex or anything like that, or Dark Pulse, does good. Gets Memento.
Can spread status with Will-O-Wisp.
Yep.
And Toxic, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Toxic Spikes as well, which is always nice.
It's Toxic Spikes? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay. Chain Split for some extra recovery. Same with Rest.
Destiny Bond, everyone's favorite move if you really want to do that.
Yep. You can also run the Ghost Curse, which is very different from a non-Ghost Pokemon running Curse.
And very annoying, mind you, as well. Like Curse. Don't sleep on that. Like, if you really need something to do some damage to your opponent, throw a Curse on them. Honestly. Yeah. Just be annoying, because that's kind of what Ghost Pokemon are good at. Annoy your opponent. They will not have a good time. They'll get frustrated, and they'll probably lose. Because you know what you do? You throw up a Curse, then you disable, and then you Destiny Bond.
Ah, yes.
The classic.
The famous strat.
The famous strat. Not one I just made up on the fly or anything like that. Don't forget to hide behind a substitute while you do that.
Yeah. No attacking moves.
No, you never need to attack with this thing. Just throw up Toxic Spikes, curse things, and just heal. Pain Split constantly. Oh, imagine. Just pain splitting.
Alright, anyways.
Back to weather.
Next is our next weather setter, Politoed.
With Drizzle. Gets Water Absorb too. Not that you really need to run it.
Yep. You can also have Damp in case you want to avoid someone blowing up on you.
I feel like that's not really common, but yeah.
Nah, it's super common. What are you talking about?
It's got okay stats with 90 HP, 100 special defense, special attacks 90. It's fine. It's fairly average, I'd say.
Politoed exists for one thing and one thing only, and that's setting up the rain.
Yeah, absolutely. It does get Scald, though, if you're interested in that. It also gets a lot of ice moves. Gets some haze if you want to get rid of your opponent's stat changes, which is always nice. It gets Curse, not the Ghost kind, sadly.
Does it get Belly Drum?
If you need that. It gets Encore if you need your opponent to keep Destiny Bonding you for any reason.
Yep.
Perish Song.
Perish Song, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a pretty good. It's got a pretty decent move pool.
And it's got Weather Ball.
It's not the good. You have Scald. Well, okay, I guess actually for the other weather. Actually, no, because when you come in, you just have new weather. Never mind.
Speaking of other weather, Torkoal, the other weather.
Hey!
I like Torkoal.
You thought we only had 2 weathers?
Nah, we got 3 weathers on this team, and my goodness. And it sounds crazy. We'll go back over and re-highlight these weathers in a bit, but Drought's great. White Smoke's not too amazing. Usually it can be, but Shell Armor can be really nice too if you really need that, but you know, you're already at 140 defense and 70 HP, so
yeah.
You're just taking hits all day.
Yeah, it's got Clear Smog to, you know, deal with any pesky stat changes.
Yep.
Ancient Power. It's got Explosion if you want to just blow up on something. Ancient Power if you feel extremely lucky.
Roll the dice.
Obviously, you know, a lot of different fire type moves.
Mm-hmm.
It's got Rapid Spin to get rid of rocks. It's got Scorching Sands.
Gyro Ball as well.
Yep. Stealth Rock. Weather Ball, Yawn,
Weather Ball. I think literally everything on this team gets Weather Ball.
What about Barraskewda? I bet Barraskewda does not get Weather Ball.
Barraskewda probably does not get Weather Ball. What if it does, though?
I
guess Whirlpool.
Let's see.
Doesn't.
All right, sick. No Weather Ball.
Okay.
I was about ready to bet money, and I was like, what if I'm wrong?
What if I'm wrong, Greg? I ain't got money to spend. Let's see, what else do we got here? Will-O-Wisp, Yawn, Substitute, Sundered, Stealth-Right. Yeah, honestly, Torkoal's a good Pokemon. You know, sure, it's not the best.
I think it does get Shell Smash.
Does it get Shell Smash? It should get Shell.
So.
It does get Shell Smash. Throw a White Herb on this thing, Shell Smash. Have fun.
Yep.
Yeah, last
Moving on.
couple of Pokemon we got here. We got Deoncé.
Yeah.
Pretty good stats, honestly. Good wall.
Mm-hmm.
Even its attacks, 100 apiece for its attacks and 150 apiece for its defenses. Very nice.
Yeah, it is quite slow, but again, very good defense. And in Sand, special defense is going to be significantly higher.
Yep.
So yeah, it's got Moonblast, it's got Play Rough, it's got Meteor Beam.
And then if you're in Drought, you got Mystical Fire, boost your attack.
Mm-hmm. It does have Diamond Storm as well as signature move.
Yep.
And then alongside that, it's also a good Cleric. You know, it's got Hail Bale.
It's got
it's got Calm Mind. That's not really the Cleric, but you know.
No.
And then alongside that, it can also set up its own weather. It can set up Sandstorm. It can set up Sunny Day.
It can set up Hail.
Set up Hail, the only weather to not show up on this team.
But you got it just in case you need it.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, have all the weathers.
Yep.
Anything to take advantage of it, but this takes advantage of Sand and Drought because you know if you use Mystical Fire again, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Because don't sleep on Mystical Fire. I think it's a decent move.
It is a good move.
But good Pokemon, honestly. It really helps with the Heal Bell. We get onto another Cleric-y kind of Pokemon, not necessarily, but Executor can use Wish.
Can it?
Yeah. I don't know why, but it can.
Oh yeah, it can.
You can also use Trick Room.
Yeah. Anyways, this is another Pokemon that can take advantage of the sun.
Yeah.
Because it does have Chlorophyll, which, yeah, quite nice. You know, Solar Beam is just sitting right there for it.
Yep.
Psychic as well. Great move to just use.
Also,
Giga Drain for some recovery.
Something to not sleep on, by the way, because we were talking about all weather stuff and everything. If you're in the sun and you use Harvest, any berry you use, you get back 100% of the time in sun.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right.
Very good feature, because there are some berries that you're like, oh, I can only use that once. Nah, you get those back in the sun.
Yeah. And then alongside that, it does also have Weather Ball, obviously.
Does it? No, it
sure
doesn't.
Does it not? Really?
No, it gets Wood Hammer.
Wait, what about in the usually useless moves?
No,
is it not in there?
Gets Terrain Pulse.
Oh. Never mind.
It's a
it
little
does
weird.
not get Weather Ball.
It gets Skill Swap? That's not useful.
I could. Oh wait, no. You know what Pokemon I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of Venusaur. Venusaur has Weather Ball.
Ah, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. This thing's more of a heavy special attacker, by the way, in case you were curious. 125 special attack. Everything else fairly standard. 95 HP, 95 attack, 85 defense, and 75 special defense. Pretty standard.
55 speed, but, in the sun it's going to be 110.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Unless you're going
Unless they're running Harvest.
Yeah, because, again, what kind of berries can you really take advantage of?
Aguav, I think, is one.
Yeah, Aguav, of course. Lumberries?
Yeah.
Right, because that's the one that recovers you from any status condition, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like at that point you probably want, recovery, health recovery.
That's fair.
Berry. But, yeah, Lumberry is a good choice as well.
Yeah, if you need it. But again, probably recovering is probably the best one to do. Unless you want to use, let's see. What's the one that, makes it so fire-type moves aren't super effective against you? Or not aren't, but,
I think it starts with I think it's Akaberry.
Is it?
I think so. It starts with an O.
Why does it start with an O?
I don't know.
Citrus berries are classic.
Yep.
Either way, though, honestly, good Pokemon. Watch out for it.
I want to see if I'm right. Just type in Akaberry.
There it is. Have damage taken from super effective fire-type moves.
Hey!
Very nice. Why is Old Amber illegal?
Because Old Amber does not exist in Sword and Shield, and that's just how you get Aerodactyl.
Yeah. And you may have been thinking, as we gone through these Pokemon, you're like, wait a second, I think we're missing something. And what's taking advantage of the sand? Don't worry, we got a Stoutland over here with Sand Rush.
Yep. We got a Stoutland with Sand Rush, and then just in case, you're not running Sand, Intimidate's just as good, as is Scrappy.
Yeah, honestly, good Pokemon, honestly. Decent stats, 85 HP, 110 attack, and 90 for its defenses. Not bad.
80 speed as well, so, in the sand, 160 speed.
Yeah, why is this thing fast in sand?
Good dog.
I guess so. Also, it gets Stomping Tantrum. It gets Thunderbolt, gets Wild Charge, gets Yawn, gets Psychic Fangs, Play Rough, Ice Fang, Fire Fang, Crunch. Not the greatest move.
Facade.
You guys get Facade. Facade's always nice. Not the greatest of the move pools. It gets Surf.
Yeah, why not?
I guess so. But yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
Decent little
Psychic Fangs is very useful for it, as is Play Rough.
Yeah.
Both hit fighting types for super effective.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't sleep on this thing. And honestly, with that said, don't sleep on this team. Sure, it sounds haphazard with rain, sand, and drought all at the same time, but paired together correctly, this team is scary.
Yeah. Like we were saying, at first glance you see this and you're just thinking 3 weather. That's kind of dumb, but you have to remember, in a draft league format, it's a lot easier to kind of run multiple weathers because it's a lot easier to structure your team around what your opponent has. And this team is very well balanced for really a lot of situations.
Yeah.
Half these Pokemon okay, not half these Pokemon, but they Tornadus, Bronzong, Cofagrugus, they can kind of come in whenever.
Yeah.
Tornadus, yeah, he likes the rain, but he doesn't need the rain.
Yeah, and Deontay probably likes sand or sun, but honestly, it doesn't really need those either. Stoutland might like sand, but it doesn't need that either. It's something where you could go without, this thing could also function without weather, believe it or not, with Melmetal, Tyranitar, not needing, their sort of stuff. It does great.
Even Barraskewda, it doesn't need the rain. It's just nice to have it. It's more of a bonus for it.
Yeah. And it's something, too, where, we don't know how good Blackcaptain is. We don't have any prior knowledge or experience. But, it's something where you got to be careful when running this team, too. Because you can really get unevenly balanced if you're not careful with your setups. But with the right setups, this is a scary team. It's fairly well balanced, too. Decent defenses on both sides of special and physical defense. It's got good attackers, good speeds from, certain Pokemon, especially in their weather. Just something to keep in mind. Just don't sleep on the Blackcaptain this season. Honestly, a really good team.
Yep.
And that does it, I believe, for the Armor Division. Took us a little while to get there, much longer than I thought it would. But I really hope this has helped you, been a little in depth. I'm excited to see where we go with this season. We got a couple of our first matches already lining up, and I'm excited to see where things go. I think I actually really want to see where Blackcaptain goes this season and what happens with his team.
I did too. I think my eyes are definitely going to be on the Blackcaptain, just because they are new, and I want to see what the new guy can do.
Yeah. But looking forward to some of these first matches and some of these comebacks. I believe we're having a Chicago Snubbulls Brussels Espeons first match coming up, and that's gonna be a fun match to watch. Honestly.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty excited for that. But we'll have to see what happens. Thank you all so much for enduring with us. Joining us. And we will be around throughout the season. It'll probably be Nick and I doing a lot of commentary for the Armor Division, while I imagine Spood and probably Aurora will be doing the commentary for the Crown Division, but we'll have to see about that. I can't say for certain just yet, but stay tuned. Keep your eyes peeled. We got a fun 5th season to go through, so thank you so much for joining us. Nick, any last thoughts, comments, or things you want to share?
All I'm saying, y'all lucky I didn't participate.
I know, right?
I would have been pissing, I would have been shitting everywhere.
I'm sure you would have.
Not on the competition, just in general.
Mm-hmm.
You all would have had to clean that up.
Yeah.
Would not have been a fun time for anyone, not even myself.
Oh, goodness. Well, and on that fun times, thank you all so much for joining. Look forward to Season 5, and we'll see you all later. Take care.
Yep. Bye.
Is that it? Just your yep, bye? Is that it?
Yeah.